Okay.
Okay, so welcome everybody to session 4 of the Fever Swamp. Yay! All right. So, it looks like Calvin's not going to be joining us this week, so we'll be without our ranger. Fun. So last time, Slag, your character, got killed by a slimy skeleton. So you've made a new character. Why don't you tell me who they are? Because I only have a vague idea.
Well, Dethel comes from the same order of monks as Gump did. Unlike Gump, he was the librarian for the order. He takes more of a scholarly approach to things rather than Gump's practical solutions. Nevertheless, they're generally pretty similar. They have similar fighting styles and similar penchant for getting neck deep in things.
With that -1 Constitution, are you sure you want to be reckless again?
As far as I'm concerned, eventually I will create a character that can survive more than like 3 sessions. Until then, oh well.
Very well. Oh, tick your inspiration box there, as everyone will start with that. By the way, I was listening to last session again, and I couldn't help but notice nobody used inspiration at all. So just a reminder, you all have inspiration, and you can use it
Oh,
for
right.
rerolls.
That's a
That probably
thing.
would have been
Or not
helpful.
rerolls, but advantage. You do have to spend it first.
Also, I think I was looking, and I'm able to give bardic inspiration or whatever it's called.
Yes.
Either I think this level already.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you get it right from level 1.
And I thought that I only got it at level 2. So sorry, guys. Whoops.
So that's something to keep in mind. You all have inspiration, and the bard can give out that as well. Although those bardic inspiration dice only come back on a long rest, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it's a long rest.
yeah, so you probably don't want to be handing them out willy-nilly, but
I still might have been able to save Gump, for instance.
I don't know. Gump was basically killed by a crit. There was really nothing you could do. I think that crit probably would have killed him if he'd been at max health.
We're very close, anyway.
Yeah, because it was like a teen amount of damage, I think. So.
It was 15. If he had been on max health, he would have survived by. No, actually, he
Yeah.
would have just straight up died no matter what.
Yeah. There was nothing he could do with if the only difference was if he was at max health, then he would have his Orcish resilience trait.
I don't think that would matter. It would still have been like It still would have been an instant death.
I would say that your Orcish trait would let you probably. Well, maybe I don't know. I don't know how those rules interact, but
Quick to Mike Merrill's Twitter account.
yeah. Regardless, that isn't something that happened, so we don't need to worry too much about it. It's okay. Yeah. So also, Connie, you were unable to play last week. So, where was Silas for like the few days while they were out in the swamp? What was Silas doing?
I think in the beginning we talked vaguely a little bit, maybe off the recording. I can't remember if this happened or not. About Silas's hermit feature and like what he discovered. And my idea was essentially that in his travels he came across like a repository of knowledge about forbidden and dangerous things like magical artifacts and monsters and things that should be kept away from people.
Mm-hmm.
I think like maybe he went back there to try and maybe discern anything about the swamp or like what they might come up against. And I'm fine if that completely fails and offered no useful information, but that's his motivation for being here mostly because this would be, kind of a den for things like that. Or
Yes. While he returned to his to that library, that repository of information, he came across a letter from a man from an old letter several years old from a man who claimed to live within the swamp and had amassed several journals filled with information on the creatures that live there that he was trying to sell copies of to this library. His name was out of my head.
Oh no, he was nameless.
I need a surname.
Fistful poop.
We should probably go with something else, I think.
Yes. His name was Lord Godfrey.
Alright, cool.
And he said he had a manor out in the swamp. But there's no other communication from him.
Alright, cool. I was writing that down in like my notes thing on the Roll20.
Okay, good. So after having returned to your the site of your hermitage with this strange new information, on the road you encounter Dethel.
Oh, okay. That's better than, you encounter 1d6 bandits, now you have to fight on your own to get back to the game. This is what you get for missing a session.
Yes,
no, you're putting it together now.
Yeah,
Dethel.
Yeah. So, you encounter, you and Dethel both are making your way back towards Clink, and you're stopped about a day out at an inn alongside the road, and you meet in the tavern.
No. I mean, I would be fine with saying they meet abstractly and like we can go into the swamp.
It's not a tavern.
Yeah. So you meet and you come to discuss that you're both going to the swamp, and you find out that Dethel is looking for Gump, and you're like, oh, I know Gump. I will take you to meet Gump.
See,
and I will introduce you to our companions.
I think Silas's angle too would be something to the effect of telling this person, well, this is a very dangerous place. You should be forewarned that you may not return if you come here, and without knowing what happened to Gump, it's kind of on the nose, but.
Yeah. So the next day, everyone has recovered from your time in the from your day off, and that afternoon, Silas returns to town with a strange bald man in tow. What is everyone doing this day?
Did we agree to meet back up or anything?
Yeah, were we expecting Silas?
No. I don't think
Cool.
Silas told you he was leaving.
Kildrak is practicing his gladiator routine at the pit fight area.
Lucas would be trying to get everyone to go back into that place where Gump died, because surely the necromancer is left by now, and he wants to finish the map. So he's certainly eager to get everyone back to work. He doesn't just want to wait and clink and let the memory fester. You know, we fell off the horse, we have to get back on.
Phil Stakura is writing another note to put on the post, and he's trying to think. He should suggest that the two of them, whoever the secret person is, meet somewhere. And he's thinking, shit, there's no restaurants here. This isn't a city. I don't know where you take female goblin. Under a bridge, maybe. Ha 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 ha. No, it's too wet here. And he's thrown out about 100 letters now, and he's spent all of his money on parchment. He's dying.
Yeah, and Ixa would just be wandering around town, trying to make up for the failure in the swamp, like trying to help anybody she comes across.
Very good. So yes, Silas and Dethel arrive in the town. I assume Silas makes his way to the general store,
Yeah.
where Lucas is at, probably impatient because everyone's taking another day off and not heading out into the swamp today. But Lucas, you see Silas returning.
But, well, I suppose I'll go speak with him. Silas, you've returned. Find anything of value?
Yes. Well, maybe. I found someone, at least, who, where's Gump?
I'm afraid you're somewhat late. The service was held yesterday. I'm afraid that he fell in the swamp.
And Silas bows his head and, like, offers a simple, so it goes in this place.
Yes. We can't abandon this task. We've done what we can. We were able to rescue one of the locals, which he would have approved of, but I do need your help. The others are demoralized. They've been unwilling to leave Clink. Very unfortunate.
I'll speak with whichever ones I find.
Thank you. I'll do what I can to see that our provisions are together. Best of luck.
And he leaves Dethel there, I think, to probably get acquainted with Lucas, because I figure they probably will talk. He might want more information about what happened and such. Yeah, but otherwise Silas will go wander off into Clink and see if he comes across with PC. Which probably isn't too hard. Yeah, Ixa, I figured, who we can just kind of like pick up with one hand by the scruff of her clothing and like, come with me, kobolds, we're going back into the swamp.
Yes, I'm sure that you could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think that's my approach. That's I like the mental image too much not to.
Slag,
well,
are
we're
you still
gonna
here?
I am.
Okay.
I just didn't want to interrupt anyone else.
It's fair.
Dethel hadn't said anything about the Gump, so I thought maybe we were running off without him.
Bethel's a pretty quiet guy. He just communicates through hand gestures. They don't carry across the voice call whatsoever, though.
I said we should use webcams. No one wanted to.
So For what task did Gump pay the ultimate price?
We were attacked, for a manner of speaking. We were traveling the swamp making a map when we came upon an island. Some form of necromancer emerged from the earth and brought with him a small force of zombies and skeletons. We were able to escape, but Gump was killed in the initial fighting before any of us knew how many of them there were or how surrounded we'd become.
Sounds like he died how he lived.
Yes, it's always disappointing when a death seems meaningless. Our work here is valuable, though, and one would imagine that travelers are attacked in the swamp, and that proper map of it will help Imperial forces to keep the area safe. Where we were attacked was very close to Clink. I think I'm concerned about the possibility of this force moving towards the village, though I'm not certain how best to approach it.
I suppose we could always, now that we know what we're up against, or at least you do, go there and deal with it ourselves.
It was a large force. I'm not certain we would be adequate alone, but I do intend to return and re-examine the area. In any event, we were able to recover his body. A proper funeral was conducted. It was dried, burned. He will be honored and remembered. We were able to get word to his friends in the swamp. We've done all that we can for him. If you were a friend of his, I'm sorry that you missed the service.
Unfortunate, but it is not our place to dwell on the past. We must look to the future. I suppose you are in need of another companion.
Yes, we could use more people to finish charting this area. I think I'll refer to it as Gump's Hollow. Seems like a good name for the particular part of the swamp, a way to immortalize it.
I could agree to this. I will come with you. I'm hardly a replacement for my brother, but hopefully I will be able to help.
He was your brother. I am tremendously sorry for your loss. Lucas will go quiet then, not really sure what to say in this situation or how to deal with it. Then he'll change the subject and go over food, supplies, equipment, and that sort of thing with the newcomer, just to sort of get back to business and distract ourselves from the darker things in our lives today.
Let's talk about the horrible, horrible swamp.
All right.
Ethel is pretty well equipped, thankfully. He has a lot of things, including an odd inclusion, a pound of tea of various kinds.
Very good. So I think we can assume Silas goes about and brings everyone together, unless anyone is going to resist in an amusing manner.
He has Ixa held in one hand and then Phil Sticker in the other, And then he has to, I mean, he just has to politely ask the other ones because he's out of, limbs to carry people, and the others aren't so small. But
I mean, Kildrak isn't like trying to avoid going back out. He's just practicing.
All right. So you all regroup outside the general store.
and I think we need a new canoe.
I
Yeah.
have to buy some shit.
Yeah. Daniel hears that and he pokes his head out the door. You all need a new canoe? I can hook you up with one of them.
How much did a canoe cost again?
Oh, it's gonna be 15 gold, please.
15.
Hmm.
Surprisingly cheap.
Every time. Well, no, a gold is, according to the book, a gold is enough to like buy a person's child.
Assuming that we aren't charging Calvin for a share of this 2.5 gold each, everyone. Lucas will put out a collection.
Yeah, sure. That's reasonable enough. It'll be useful for us to allow us to get around again.
You said 2.5.
Yeah, no objections from Ixa.
And it's 100 silver pieces to a gold piece?
10.
Or, 10. Alright, never mind. World of Warcraft messed me up. Okay.
Yep. So if you see 256 gold, it's 2 gold, 5 silver, 6 copper.
Alright.
If you think of a silver as a dime, it works out real easy.
See, I have too many different variations of this where they're all multiples of 10, and then Lamentations of the Flame Princess, which I'm running now for the Maze game. It's like 50 silver pieces to a gold piece. So, too many different weird
And then
fantasy economies.
And then TMR, it's 4 coppers to the silver and 20 silver to a gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is EP Electrum pieces?
Yes.
What is the conversion ratio for that?
Only freaks use Electrum. We don't have that.
I'm sorry, their Electrum pieces are on the random loot table, so deal with it.
Yeah. Electrum
Also,
pieces
they're
are
historically accurate.
Yeah, it always, for some reason, in the books they say, now there are Electrum pieces and Platinum pieces, but nobody uses them. But they always have them in the books anyway, so I imagine that they're like $2 bills, where the government does make them, but nobody spends them, and if you like go to a merchant with one, they probably by default like don't know that it's a thing,
Yeah, they're
and they
like,
think
what is
that
this
they're trying to
fake
get
money?
foreign
Trying to
Yeah.
pull one over on me.
Yeah.
But apparently an Electrum piece is half a gold piece.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Alright.
so it's worth 5 silver pieces or 2 Electrum to a gold.
So just like Salo's metaphor, but it's a 50-cent coin, which is also a thing in principle.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, I've got like $50 and 50-cent pieces.
Is it just one really old one?
No, I've got a whole bunch of them. My grandfather collected coins. Not that any of them were worth anything really, but he liked them.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
That's
my
fair.
big ass stack of bicentennial quarters.
Yeah, like that.
State quarters.
hmm Not worth anything extra, but they're interesting, I guess.
Yeah, screw those
Yeah.
quarters. Bicentennials are the important ones.
And so I heard that Monster Super League
No, you
started
didn't.
up, so you better.
I didn't want to let go of the button.
Wait, does Sala play it too now?
Yes, he
No, I
does.
don't.
I literally just heard you starting it up. You do play it now.
Well, don't pretend you're not playing it while GMing. But in any case, we
I'm
have
not
money
playing
for
it
canoe.
right now. It is actually closed.
Mm.
You don't have to play it; it plays itself.
Anyway, so yes, Daniel quite happily sets you up with a shiny new canoe, and an oar for it, and you're all set and ready to go.
Did you need to buy things, small warlock?
Yes.
Silas puts him down so he can conduct his business.
So
Yeah,
what can I do
just
for you, little goblin?
Okay, good. I figured out how to delete all the stuff I don't have anymore.
Good.
Yeah, let me just get rid of it here.
Yes. See all of your stuff disappearing.
Put it on a list somewhere. I need a new backpack, a bunch of cheese, a hammer, herbalists and medical equipment, some packaged food.
Hmm.
Yeah, he just lists
Did he
things
just
that he
use
wants.
everything?
Yeah,
Lost
his
everything
backpack
not
and stuff was
counted
in the
by
other
the-
canoe.
Oh.
Yeah, so you all ran away, or you all rode away on your fully personed canoes, while Filstiker was alone in his canoe, which was held on one end by a terrifying skeleton warrior.
It wasn't alone for very long, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, because he went in your canoe.
Anyway, Daniel has all of that, basically anything that's on the standard gear lists. So you can just spend gold and buy anything off there. If you had any unusual purchases, then let me know. But
Right.
any sort of backpacks and rope and hammers and toolkits.
Right, you just started asking me about it. Unfortunately, I didn't actually have anything special in mind.
Okay. Then yeah, you're fine. Just go ahead and
I don't have the money for anything special.
probably not, no. So yeah, you can just go ahead and make those purchases. So yes.
He wants caltrops. He wants caltrops.
Yeah, okay. Not a lot of call for these in the swamp, but there you go.
Ha ha ha! I'm sure they'll come in handy if they're threatening.
Very good. So, did anyone have anything else that they needed to do in town?
Nope, not to my knowledge.
No. I don't need any supplies, I don't think.
Kildrak picked up a ration.
All right then.
Yeah, we are very close to finishing this section of the map. Lucas is very focused on it. If there is something he's supposed to be doing in town, he's not doing it.
All right. I assume that you're going to top up your water barrels before you head out. So you can
Yes,
do
we
that.
will do that.
Oh, can I visit the money changer to convert my excess silver into gold?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna assume you're not gonna charge me for that
No.
in some historically accurate way. Alright. Here we go.
So there's no tavern, but we have a money changer.
Yeah, it's a very strange economy in this town, but
Daniel also works as the money changer because he has all the money.
oh, alright, fair enough. I was gonna make a joke like the money changer got sent to the swamp for like religious persecution reasons or something.
The money changers are actually the reason it's free is because it's paid for by the Niflbergian Empire. It's just a service that the government offers. So
wow.
he's like the post office worker here. He's just stationed.
Maybe Lucas is right about this whole empire thing. That's not in character though. Silas is a hermit. He doesn't approve of organized governments.
Yes, but at the same time, since they are a government employee, defrauding the money changer is punishable by extreme public execution. So
Oh no,
you know,
I have to
there's
keep that in mind.
there's an ups and downs.
Is the execution extremely public, or is the public execution quite extreme?
Both.
They cut you in half with a skateboard.
It's a radical form of punishment.
Yes. Anyway,
Swamp adventure time.
swamp adventure time. So, oh my, the 1 in 100 weather chance popped up.
Oh, cool. Heavy rain and strong wind. This is the one that like gave us disadvantage on ranged attacks. It was that bad, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
Let's see. Yeah, also disadvantage on ranged attack rolls. Furthermore, navigating a boat may be dangerous.
Could
I
we
hate
just
the
like
swamp.
not travel today?
That is an option. So, the day that you are getting ready to go out, rain is coming down very heavy. There's thunder and lightning, and
Lucas is
the
just
swamp
stood
water
out
is
on the-
all mixed up and roaring about.
Lucas has just stood out on the pier in the hammering rain, glowering sternly at the swamp, looking annoyed that the gods have thwarted him. He's not suggesting getting in the boats. He's not going to go fetch anyone. He's just standing there looking annoyed. Until eventually he goes in and magically dries off.
Philsticker's head comes up close to his head. He's not that tall, but Silas's arm is still holding him, and so he's taking control of it. And he says, "Silas said we have to go in the swamp today."
Kildrak is just sort of on one of in one of the buildings, I assume, with everyone else, playing his viol, glaring half out the window.
Does anyone have a gaming toolkit? We could maybe play some sort of dice or role-playing game to pass the time.
No, don't make that joke!
I know it's old.
Ah, yes,
Everyone does it.
Inception.
For the sake of like bookkeeping stuff, like we would pay the lifestyle expense. That's the cost for, just staying here for a day. But
Yeah.
what is that? Like
2
just
silver.
a gold piece or whatever. Oh, 2 silver for a poor life.
Yeah,
Well, can the-
2
can the
silver.
town
rolls.
support a modest lifestyle? I guess is the question.
I mean, you could always pay more for better food, more food, buying the wine as opposed to the sewer brew, alcohol. There isn't like a nice inn to stay at, but so I would assume that if you paid for a modest lifestyle, it's mostly going into consumables and maybe, gambling and entertainment.
Alright, well, in any case, I'm just gonna take 4. But,
I'm gonna use by popular demand. I'm off, putting on a show to the 2 people that showed up.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So there. Yeah. There's. You go and boxing in the pit, and that goes all right for you.
so
After
skip to the next day? Oh, sorry.
actually, no. I was going to have something happen to Kildrak. So after your show, there a man comes up to you. You've seen him kind of drunkenly staggering around town he comes up to you and he reeks of alcohol. He goes, good fight, Kildrak. That was a good show you put on there.
Well, thank you, sir. It's very kind of you.
Yes. So I've heard that you dwarves, you really know your alcohol, you know your booze. So I
That's
gotta get
true.
you. I'm a brewer. I make the best stuff in Clink, and I want to get your opinion on it. You know, as an expert.
Kildrak sort of takes a whiff and looks him up and down. Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I tend not to hold back, you understand.
I understand, but Daniel, that fucking piece of shit, he won't sell my shit. He won't sell my booze in his general store, and I came here to sell my unique creation with these people, and he won't stock it. I want you to try it, and if you like it, I want you to help me out with Daniel.
I must share my dark discovery of booze with someone.
Well, tell you what, I'll give it a try. But I've had some very fine booze, you understand. So I'll try it, and if I do like it, then I'll help you with that. But if I don't, then I'm just gonna walk away.
All right, that's fair. So, come on. Let me take you back to my distillery, and we're gonna give it a try. And he leads you to, like, you know, somewhere on the outskirts of Clink, where he's got a little shack, and you see like a big, like, you know, like there's like a distillery, there's like a setup, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls out like he pulls out a bottle, and he pours a couple of glasses. Now, first off, this booze looks fairly strange to you. It's got kind of like a dark, almost green color.
Mm-hmm.
And it smells pretty strong.
You've been hiding from me at my workplace.
Okay, is there I feel like there would be either perception or something like that.
Yeah,
How-
just you can just roll perception for me.
Okay.
No.
Just to see if this is like
Yeah.
horrifying.
Okay, yeah. So you pick it up, you sniff it, you look at it. It seems to be some sort of rum, but you can smell like the faintest bit of like a mushroom beer, like what the dwarves make.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in there as well. You've never quite seen this, and there's like a pungent herbal smell to it as well. And you've never really encountered this particular mixture of scents in one experience.
That's one hell of a way to say it. Okay, but like nothing jumps out as being horribly poisonous or anything to his.
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna just down it in one go, but he'll definitely give it a try.
Yeah. So taste-wise, it is. At first sip, you're not sure if you like it or not. It is unique. You've never tasted anything like it before. So you keep going, and it's. And I'm not going to tell you whether or not you like it or not. I'm simply going to say that it is different. It is kind of a combination of, in terms of flavor, it's kind of a strange mix of human-made rum and dwarven mushroom beer, with kind of like a strong. With like a strange, strong, pungent odor that you're still not quite sure what it is.
And hair.
No hair.
Okay. I'm gonna say that that Kildrak likes it well enough to want to know more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Specifically what the strong pungent portion is.
And Jason goes, see that is what makes it really special. I've been using ingredients here from the Fever Swamp. There's some very particular herbs that have a very, very powerful effect when mixed with alcohol, and I've been gathering them, and that is my signature brew there, and it's great. It's very unique, as you said. I want to share it with people, but Daniel won't stock it, so I've been having to sell it individually, and that's really not how I want to go about this. I would much rather be able to focus more on gathering my herbs and brewing, and not have to worry about finding customers. But you like it?
I like it all right. It's interesting. It's different than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but I think it will take an acquired taste for most people.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's certainly a unique taste, and it's but I think if you keep drinking it, you'll like it some more. And he tops off both your drinks, and then drinks a lot more his.
So let's see. I want to say that, especially given his dwarven constitution, that and what what Jason just said about it, that Kildrak might get suspicious a little about what the pungent mix of herbs is, and especially its special effects, or whatever the phrasing was.
Mm-hmm.
And probably won't continue to drink too much. A little bit, but certainly not heartily.
Okay. Yeah. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna. I do want you to make a Constitution save.
Sure.
Because you get an advantage versus poison, and this is technically a poison. But since you stopped drinking, you didn't drink half the bottle with him, I'm gonna lower your DC a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, so 15, yeah. So
I had that advantage.
Yeah. So you don't really seem to experience any negative effects. You don't drink enough to get drunk as a dwarf, obviously.
Yeah.
And your superior dwarven constitution fights off any other effects without you even noticing. But
Okay.
Jason, who you're here drinking with, he starts getting like more rambly, and he starts having like spells where he will just talk like random like words. He'll just vomits up word salad as responses to whatever you asked him.
Hmm.
I mean, so it's like normal alcohol then, or
Like worse. Like he
I'm
hasn't
kind
even
of thinking.
like
I'm
he
kinda
hasn't
thinking,
even
like,
drunk
absinthe.
enough that you think that he would be like really drunk.
It really is the stuff from work.
But yeah, so he's like, if you continue like staying with him, he starts like talking to people that aren't there and speaking in tongues.
I think Kildrak stays, but mostly just to watch the guy.
Hmm.
This
For a
reminds
little
me
bit?
of this time. I had a player in a D&D game. Actually, I think he was the GM at the time, who would always drink at game. He would go through half a bottle of rum mixing with stuff every game. And one week, I brought in a little brown bottle of something that was just had the Chinese character for alcohol written on the front that I picked up at a Vancouver liquor store. And it was delicious. I loved it. But he took like 2 little drinks of this, probably 2 ounces each, and then he literally passed out. It was crazy. Sometimes these things just affect people in unpredictable ways. He didn't speak in tongues, I don't think. He did leave the room, but it wouldn't have surprised me.
wow.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, Kildrak, Jason continues to drink until the combination of the hallucinogenics in his drink and the alcohol just knock him out. And
All right. So I think Kildrak is gonna like chuckle at him because you know, like you said, he didn't even notice the hallucinogen stuff going
Mhm.
on
yeah,
with himself, and he's not drunk because he's a dwarf.
right.
But I think what I want to do is to like just grab a bottle and leave like I don't know. I honestly don't know like what reasonable exchange would be, but a couple silver or something.
Yeah, that would more than cover it.
All right, so yeah, just a couple silver, I guess, and sort of just take the bottle, maybe 2, just for his own purposes, with the intention to at some point talk to what was it, Daniel? David?
Yeah, Daniel runs the.
But not making a huge deal out of it either, because to him it was just kind of a unique, weird alcohol that may or may not appeal to people.
Yeah. So yeah,
If
you
you'll
can go
just
ahead.
pops out a frog.
You can go ahead and add to your inventory like 2 bottles of Jason's brew.
And yeah, I mean, at some point, and it could be now, if there's time. I don't really know how much time there is. But he will talk to Daniel, but it'll be more like, what have you heard of this, rather than, hey, this is so great, try it.
Yeah. So you can do that now.
Sure.
So you head back over to the general store, and it's probably getting late at this point. And Daniel's like maybe getting ready to close. You come in. Says,
Yeah.
"Ah, the dwarf. What can I do for you?"
Yeah, I was, had a weird encounter today.
Oh?
Yeah, this guy. I think you probably know him. A guy called Jason. Yeah, makes a kind of strange alcohol.
Strange is an understatement.
Well, I tried a bit of it. It was interesting. Not bad, but strange in its way. I was just kind of wondering, like, didn't seem so terrible that you wouldn't get some sales off of it. Just kind of curious why you weren't going to sell it.
Well, if he would just make normal fucking liquor or rum, then we'd sell that gladly. But I mean, have you seen what happens when people drink that shit?
I mean, he certainly lost his wits pretty fast, but some people are lightweights. I'm pretty used to that, honestly. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that it isn't just that he can't handle his liquor. He puts shit in that stuff. Makes you hallucinate.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
That would
a few
explain
people
a
had
couple
some.
things he said.
A few people tried it when he first came to town and had a real bad time of it, and I won't stock it.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I didn't notice any of that, but, I mean, I am a dwarf, so...
Yeah, well,
I
I'm
wonder
sure if you drank
maybe-
enough, it would.
Oh, no doubt.
Or maybe it just works on humans. I don't know.
Maybe. Still, that's interesting. Maybe I'll talk to him again another time. See if he will try something normal. At least on the side. But, still, that was interesting. It was a fun experience.
Yeah. I'm sure. Well, I am getting ready to close up, so if you don't have
Oh,
any...
yes, of course.
Alright.
Yeah, no.
You have a good evening, dwarf.
You as well.
Alright. So, yeah. Shall we go to the next day?
Yep, I'd be fine with that.
Alright.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Alright. New weather roll.
Come on,
Clear
weather table.
skies.
No, not clear skies. We don't want that.
I know. I'm at disadvantage when it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, Lucas. Dawn comes the next day. The storm is past. It's wet outside, but that's normal.
Slightly more wet than usual.
Yes.
Lucas is already quite frustrated by a day's delay. This mapping has taken substantially longer than he thought. You know, we'd initially tracked 8 days, and we'd be back in Clink with the map, but it's been substantially more than that. We're coming up on closer to, actually probably a bit over 2 weeks. So he's just out by the boats pretty much as soon as the sun is up, looking impatient as people arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Pilsticker takes himself out of Silas's hand and puts himself in the boat.
Philsticker,
that's
you
how
can
it's looking at
refill your hit points, you know.
Oh yeah, I found some hit points in town.
Yeah. All right.
I'm ready. Hopefully everyone in my boat won't leave this time.
Or die.
The same thing.
So, yes, you can see the boat layout down there below. If anyone wants to like change boats or move things around, you know,
Where's
Go ahead.
Philsticker, though?
right over here.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I got used to him, like, being in our boat, so I'm like, hey, what's going on? Okay,
Yeah.
alright. This
I
is
stole him.
It's fine, we can just
Oh,
equitably...
Gildrak, you're so handsome and famous.
It's true. I'm glad you noticed.
So, who's rolling the stuff we need to do?
Yep. Okay, so first up, well, we already know what hex you're intending to travel to. You're going back to Gump's Hollow.
Mhm.
So you need to choose a navigator and optionally a forager.
Our navigator is MIA, right?
Yep.
You're
Corandir has gone off
somewhere.
somewhere.
What
When
would
he
we
gets
roll in
back,
for
he gets
navigation?
retest.
You're gonna roll survival for
Alright, I
navigation.
got that at
You will
4.
get advantage because you can see the sky today.
But she has a disadvantage for seeing the sky.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Ixa has disadvantage for seeing the sky, so
Yeah.
because you are blind.
Better not navigate then.
Yeah, we better not put the Cabal that can't see as the navigator.
Lucas invented maps, isn't he super good at navigating?
You would think so, but unfortunately, cartography isn't the navigation school. Fishing is fishing and hunting is the navigation skill, and he's a bit too urban for that. He could give it a go. He's got +2 survival. If people can do better than that, they probably should. But otherwise, Lucas will certainly attempt it.
I have +3, so I think it's probably best if Silas does it, as long as no one else has like 4 or whatever.
Anyone
Yeah,
but
I had
Killjoy.
4, but disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's
And I
alright,
think they
it's
figured out that everybody had like 2 nature, so it doesn't matter who forages, and we should argue over who gets to do it.
I'm just gonna roll if people are okay with that. Oh wow, good thing I did.
Nice.
Very good.
I'll be that way too.
Less good.
Well, that's good.
Oh,
Since I don't think you have anything justifying an advantage there, Phil Sticker, that is a failure. You catch no food.
The advantage. Well, it was raining and storming a hell of a lot last night. A bunch of animals died and fruits fell off of trees.
Nope. Rejected. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. So you, yeah. So, as you're making your way out into the swamp, whoever's in the lead boat, give me a perception check.
both of us in the lead boat?
Yeah. See no reason that both of you can't.
Ah,
Alright. Perception.
Okay. So, on one of the, up ahead of you, on one of the little islands in the swamp, you see a pair of creatures, crouching in the tall grass, watching you. They have have like a yellowish white exoskeleton, like the color of like old plastic electronics.
mm-hmm.
And they have two yellow eyes, and their body is sort of crab-like, with two big pincers claws on the end of their two arms, and then they have two smaller arms coming out of like the front of their chests, and they have large like mandibles that look like they could easily crush like bone, and then they have thin, spindly legs, ending in long, clawed, talon-like feet, and they see you. They see your boat, and then they start skulking back into the um, into behind the trees.
All right. Well, Silas will keep an eye on them as he like pushes the boat along with the end of his pike. But well, actually, I'll point them out to Kiltrack, like lean back and nudge him and point over to where they are, just so he's aware too.
Kildrak looks up at them and kind of shudders a little.
Mud crabs, horrible creatures.
Truly. I'm gonna point them out to Phil Sticker since he's semi-native. If there's enough time before they back off.
Phil Sticker, with pointed out, will see like the back of one as it kind of disappears from immediate sight.
Hey, Warlock, what are those?
Let's see. Have I seen these before? Or
Possibly not, but you might. You're gonna need to give me a roll. Roll Arcana.
that's not a skill I'm good at.
Yep. No, I'm gonna say that you don't know what those are.
Yeah, crab people. They're all over the place.
Oh, okay. Are they dangerous?
I don't know.
Well, that's something. I guess we should keep a half eye out.
Yep.
Yeah. So, as your boats move past, they are the creatures are going to try and follow you. So I need I would like some people to make perception checks. I guess Lucas and Ixa were in the rear boats.
So both of us roll perception.
Yeah.
Well, I got an 11.
They can't. Yeah. Okay. They can't roll above a 3 on their D20 for their stealth. So Lucas, as the party moves on, you see like swimming through the water behind the boat, trying to move, trying to be silent about it. You see like the hump and horns of these of 4 of these strange creatures.
Well, Lucas isn't a fan of this. He's going to cast a spell.
Uh-oh, what's he going to cast? Sleep. Okay.
The
Yeah.
best spell ever.
Mm-hmm.
26 hit points worth of them.
All right. Let me see if...
Although if there was like a goldfish swimming nearby, obviously that could absorb 1 or 2 points. But
Yeah, that would be mean.
Not to mention the billions of bacteria.
Yes. Every bacteria has to have a minimum of 1 hit point, so you need to deal like about a trillion damage on the 5d8 in order to actually affect anything.
They're also worth 1 XP each, right?
No. Well, we're not awarding XP for Monsters Guild. Yeah. So your sleep spell goes off, and What's like the visual and like it's got like a vocal and a somatic component. So like, what does it look like when you're casting the spell?
Well, Lucas is probably, getting his walking stick / arcane rod out, and he's probably, sort of grasping it a bit below the handle, drawing a little circle, making some patterns with his other hand, fingers moving through the air, and he probably very quietly tells them to go to sleep in whatever the language of magic is. Some sort of nursery rhyme sounding thing that isn't quite bardic. It's a bit more wizardy than that, but still obviously related to the bard equivalent.
Right. And you feel the sleep magic like wash over them, and every single one of them resists.
What? No.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll inform Ixa that it looks like we have company.
Okay, so I'm not sure how well she can see it. How many were there?
4.
It's 4 of these strange shelled creatures. They seem to be something that doesn't sleep. Or something quite dangerous.
Elves.
Okay, yeah, so she'll slowly get up and grab her sword and javelin, and her last javelin, which I keep forgetting to go pick the ones up she lost. And she'll just watch carefully as they approach. How close were they?
Lucas further suggests that we might want to move a bit ahead. He's not really good in melee, and being in melee with the 4 of them isn't something that he would consider a good use of his time.
They're 36 feet away.
Do you guys think we can do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Phil Sticker. They're trying to race us. Speed up.
Um,
No, I'm just messing around. No, it's fine. That sounds good.
Can we row or paddle faster? 2 of us do it per boat?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. In that case, Ixa will assist with that.
Okay. So what are you trying to do?
So the goal is, ideally, and we'll see if the other boats actually go along with this, that they will slow down a little bit, and Ixa and Lucas can speed up a little bit, so that we're 3 boats abreast when the melee happens. And ideally, Lucas is not in the melee because he doesn't into melee.
Okay. Okay.
So, I'd like to. I don't know how well this might work, but so it's not like combat has started yet. We just know that they're following us, right?
Right.
Okay. So what I want to do is, if it's possible and all of that, I want to try to intimidate the bastards.
All right. Well, you can try. How are you going about that?
Obviously, I'm gonna do the chicken dance. No. So I'm gonna. I mean, we don't know if they speak our language or any of that. So I'm just gonna pull out my battle axe and like bang it or something. Bang it on the side of the boat, something like that. Look big.
Okay. Yeah. Roll intimidation.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have them oppose with insight, and if which they're not good at, and if you succeed, if you win, I'll have them make a morale check to see if they reconsider you as a target.
Okay.
So you need to beat a 7.
Son of a.
Oh, Well, okay then.
That was almost impossible for me to lose. I have friggin'. Ugh. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you literally just needed to roll a 2 or better
Jesus.
on your d20 and
Ugh.
roll the 1. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well done, me.
Yep.
There was
Yes.
an Arcana roll earlier, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
I'm dumb and forgot that my character has Arcana, so I probably could have rolled that, but it's too late now.
Um,
They didn't ask you, they asked me.
That is true, but I should have been paying more attention.
Oh
um,
well, in any case,
Inspiration has to be done before you do it, right?
yeah, you need
Mhm.
to spend inspiration before you roll.
unfortunately.
Okay.
So I'm just throwing these guys up. Let me enter their hit points so that I can, if this turns violent, I can keep track of which ones have been wounded.
You mean
If.
when?
So
I like
they're-
that.
So they're fighting us in the map universe?
I wasn't actually going to. I didn't think we really needed a map for this.
It's fine if it's not complicated now.
I know, I just thought it was funny.
I'm just using this to keep track of their hit points.
Lucas, we're on your map. Draw a wall between us and them.
Well, the map universe is tiny. If you look at the map, then technically Clink is like 5 feet across. So
Lucas, draw us a bunch of treasure.
Okay, so what is the so as you attempt to intimidate them, they continue moving closer. So what's the plan?
Okay, guys, I nearly dropped my axe in the water. Hope someone else has a plan.
Phil Sticker shoots a beam of swamp energy at them.
That seems like a bad plan.
No, it's scary.
Okay, you can certainly do that. I just need you to tell me which one you're shooting at.
He's not shooting at any of them. He's shooting at the water nearby because he's attempting an intimidation roll.
Oh. Okay.
If they actually get hit with it, they'll realize that it does way less damage than they have hit points. And they're like, oh, we're going to take these all day. But if it hits the water and it's bright and glowy and kind of scary, they'll go, oh, wait a minute, what the hell is that?
So, okay, since I don't know how well you intimidate, since I haven't done it before.
He has a charisma-based class, so
Oh, that's true. Still, all the
Even-
same,
I don't know if he's proficient in it, but
given what
Of course
just
I
happened to me, I want to. I think I can. Do we have enough time for me to give him bardic inspiration? I think it's just a bonus action. So
Yeah.
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 You'll just need to tell me how you are inspiring him.
I.
Self-deprecate.
So you mean when I almost dropped my axe in the water and screwed up the intimidation roll so miserably? No.
Yeah, just begin crying and then will feel emboldened.
I mean, no, I'm a gladiator, so I guess like strike a pose or something. I can't think of anything great.
Sure.
Unless you want me to sing a song or something.
No. But like words of encouragement to Phil Sticker or something more direct to him, I guess.
Like I'm thinking more especially since it's an intimidation roll, more just like
Backing
again
him
trying
up.
to
and
yeah, backing him up, trying to be intimidating and imposing and all of that.
Sure, I'll allow it. So Filsticker, you have a bardic inspiration die.
Wowie, wow, wow. Let's see, how does that work?
You have a d6. If you can roll it alongside your d20 once, anytime in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
So you can use it here, or you can use it elsewhere, as long as it's soon. And you can just roll it alongside any d20 roll. So an attack roll, a saving throw.
Yeah, it's just
Skill
a
check, I think.
bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus to anything you do, pretty
Yeah.
much. It's
Alright, cool.
one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I was afraid it was going to turn out to be actual inspiration.
No.
I'll,
And it looks like you can wait until after you roll the d20.
That's right. You can if you but yeah, so you can roll your d20 first and then decide if you want to use it or not. So if you roll a 1 and you're like, well, it's not going to make a difference, I won't use it. You don't have to. If you roll a 20 and like, I don't need it, I'll save it for later. Do that too.
okay. Cool. Okay, I will roll the die now.
Okay.
So Filsticker like sort of sweeps his beam of terrifying swamp energy like just in a broad stroke across the water in front of all of them,
Mm-hmm.
bubbling froth from the boiling heat of the swampiness. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And I'm gonna give them a morale check for that. You got pretty high morale though. Yeah. Despite the terrifying nature of your Swampergy roll, the creatures continue approaching.
I don't think you should have gotten to make that roll because this is D&D, and you just dodged my intimidation.
No, it wasn't an active defense roll.
I said before that if they failed if you won the intimidation roll, they'd make a morale check. You don't get to
Oh,
bypass the morale rules.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. But you do
No,
get to
we
bypass
should
the
redo
dodge
it so they
rules.
have morale AC.
Yeah, that's the more D&D-ish thing to do. I thought they streamlined things in 5th edition.
Well, they did. They took out morale, which means it would be impossible to.
In any case,
Right,
so it looks like we're gonna have to fight these things, unless someone wants to, I don't know, light some oil on fire and put it between them and us.
I don't know. There's still a non-zero chance that they'll pop out of the swamp, sing a jaunty tune, and talk to us about how good friends they were with Gump. We probably shouldn't jump the gun on actually doing damage to them.
I
I
do
would
want
agree
to.
with you, but KSB did open the turn order box.
Yeah.
So... Metagaming, in very literal
So-
sense.
I mean, at this point, it's obviously not going to matter. But I would like to have Kildrak sort of just shout out at them. What do you want? We're just passing through. I don't imagine they're even going to respond. So.
Yeah.
Let's see, and I think I have to select my token. And then...
Yeah, I'm pretty damn consistent on initiative.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Let's see, what is their initiative? They get a +2.
So apparently I'm just rolling ones tonight.
Well, everyone has a night like that.
Good luck, guys. I'll try not to kill myself.
Just remember, the odds of rolling another one is still 5%.
Thank you.
You'll be with Gump soon.
Yeah. So Lucas, if you'll, okay, there we go. Entered all this. There we go. Okay, that time it's stuck. Descending turn order. Okay, so so Silas, your companions have been trying to frighten these things away, and they're still coming closer. They're about 30 feet out. What are you gonna do?
Just a second. Let me look at the map. Okay, to see where they are relatively.
Oh.
Um.
The map is not mapping. This is not a map.
Oh, okay. So it's not just not to scale. It's that there's no correlation between like where they are on the map and how our boats are arranged, or.
Yeah, basically.
All right. So like. All right. So Silas is gonna lift his pike out of the water, stop using it as a barge pole for a moment, and assuming they're just kind of straightforwardly coming at us, like hold it out and wait to like receive their advance. You know, like attack the first one that gets close enough to do so.
Okay.
Seeing that at this point it seems inevitable, but again, not being the first one to attack them yet.
Mhm.
But yeah.
So Lucas,
Yes.
it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Similarly, having moved to this end of the boat, I'm going to ready an action to crossbow one if this does turn violent, but I'm going to give them a chance to not be violent yet.
Mhm. Okay. On their turn, all four of them swim closer to your boats. They're now about 10 feet away. And they take the dodge action. Yeah, looks like it
There's a
closed.
dodge action.
Yeah, it inflicts disadvantage on anyone attacking you.
Oh, I didn't know about that. That's interesting.
Deathel.
Yo, they're. So are they in front of us or behind us or?
Behind you, about 10 feet out now. Yeah.
And of course, our boats are not necessarily arranged in any particular manner.
No.
Alright. Well, Deathla is going to try and get as close to the rear of the line and or column or whatever formation we're in.
Mm-hmm.
as
Yeah,
he-
it was said earlier that you were going to try and get like the melee fighters closer. So I assume.
Alright. Well then, Deathla is going to be as close as physically possible. And he is going to put in efforts to make sure that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he will get close.
Okay. Ixa.
He's not going to leave the boat quite yet, though.
Ixa.
Yeah, same thing. She'll grab her sword again and try to get as close as she can to be ready when they do attack.
Okay. So you're like also readying for when they get close.
Yeah.
Okay. Philsticker.
You gonna like move your token up the boat there, or?
Do we
Yeah, I
want?
should go.
Do we want to like actually make this map a map?
It's probably adequate, but we may as well make use of what minimal capacity it has.
Yeah,
All right.
for the sake of the viewers.
For the sake of ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm assuming that this one's like. Oh, why did that happen?
Deathel is dead.
Roll
No, he's
20
just tapped
knows
for
what's going to
using his
happen.
power.
Should probably set up something like probably rotate it a bit so that Philsticker can shoot.
Yeah.
Probably something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Alright. So are the crabmen laid out like that?
Well, actually, let's see. If we're going to make this a map, then these guys should be closer now.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out how many can be captured in a single fairy fire.
Yep. I'll say they're like that.
Alright, so these three up here, I guess, would be caught in the 20-foot cube. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, the other 20 feet, is wasted over here. So Philsticker summons up the swamp fire.
Okay. What does that look like?
Well, the flames will be green this time.
Mm-hmm.
I once again imagine, let's see, swamp gas bubbles up and is illuminated. Much bubbling is involved.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is apparently given a green outline in the area of the cube, especially the creatures. Number 4 down there is not affected.
Right. Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
And
You drew or somebody drew the radius around them, so I assumed that was the 10-foot radius glow.
no, that is the. Oh, sorry, that is a different 10-foot radius of badness.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nifty.
I should probably be nice to Kildrak since I didn't put anyone else in there and move him back a foot. Okay, so let's see. They get a dex save, right? So that is +2. What's your save DC? Never mind.
13.
So 1 and 2 are glimmered. They're fairy fired.
Hooray.
Very good. So anything else from Philsticker? Bonus
No,
action? Or anything?
bonus actions don't exist.
Okay.
Is there any way to tell what that 10-foot radius of badness actually is?
Not yet, no.
So when we say 10-foot radius of badness, what exactly are we seeing?
You aren't seeing anything yet.
Right. Does Philsticker's spell count as things turning violent for the purpose of my ready to action?
Violet.
Green, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that you could interpret it that way. He's clearly casting a spell with hostile intent. Even if he isn't dealing damage with it.
Or to help them see in the dark.
Yeah, I'll shoot at the fairy fired one then.
Okay. Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2, I believe, is closer to me.
Okay. Then you have advantage to hit him.
Not that it mattered.
Well,
Oh dear.
Double ones.
Crazy.
The dice are rolling really low tonight.
For us.
Yeah.
this isn't gonna.
Okay. So Kildrak, it is your turn now.
Cool. I'm gonna mock one of them, I suppose.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna do. I guess I'll do number 1.
All right.
So it needs to succeed a wisdom save. Or,
All right. Yes.
yeah, blah, blah, blah.
How are you mocking them?
Presumably viciously.
Yeah, you, how the hell do you mock a mud? Oh, right. You're a dirty mud crab, you slimy shit. That works, I guess. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, that works.
you hurt his little mud crab soul. Roll
your
your
mother was
damage.
a mud crab, and your father was also a mud crab.
Oh, 1 damage. Okay, that's cool. But it has disadvantage on attack.
Right. It has been viciously mocked. Very good. All right. So back to the top of the turn order, Silas.
All right. I don't know that I'm actually close enough. Yeah, 15 feet. That's longer than a pike, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Tape it to a 10-foot pole.
If only I had more time. I'm trying to decide, should I get in the water and fight or not?
You should not. The getting out of the boat is always a mistake.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
That's usually been the case, yeah.
Except for
Also-
most of the times Gump did it.
Most. Also, they seem to be very capable in the water.
Well, you know, a mistake you're not punished for is still a mistake.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would it take a full action to shift the boat 5 feet so it's angled? You know, just close enough for you to hit the pike.
I don't know.
Why not just ready in action?
I mean, I can, but if I can do something more useful than that, I will. But if not, then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. The same as last time.
Yeah.
As soon as it's in range, without getting out of the boat.
Yeah. All right. So you're ready in action.
Okay. Oh wait, one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just check. Is raging a full action or a bonus action? Let's
Yeah.
see. All right, you can do it as a bonus action. All right, never mind then. No, I'm not gonna do that yet. I forgot
Okay.
it ends if you have an attack on your turn, and like I would lose it immediately. So.
All right. Lucas, it is your action.
Well, let's see if another bolt can hit this crab number 2.
Grab number 2.
Oh, a 1 and a 2 that time. It's getting better, guys.
Oh
Things are
wow.
looking up.
Yeah, that is not good rolls. All right. So the creatures swim up to the different boats. Oh no! I have triggered your attack. Your readied action, Silas.
Yep.
You may stab number 3.
Let's see. Cool. Yep. Let's see.
Look forward to seeing that 1 get rolled.
No, don't say that. I think I can just click a little weapon here, and it'll do it.
Yep,
Oh, nice.
there you go.
Yep.
Cool.
19.
Awesome.
Okay, that does hit. 7
That's 7
damage.
piercing.
Right, -7. Yep. Yep.
A
So,
distressingly large number of HP.
so you stab it and like chip off a bit of its chitinous exoskeleton, but do not get in very deep. It's up the rest of the way.
This is somewhat concerning.
Yes.
Only somewhat.
Let's see. So claws +4 to hit. So okay, each of them is going to take an attack. First, I'm going to go just down the line. So one is attacking Kildrak.
Okay.
That's going to be a miss.
Yeah.
2 is going to attack the hill,
Deathel.
I'm going to guess 17 does hit.
That is a hit. Well,
Let's
goodbye,
see.
Deathel.
We are 2d4 plus 2.
Goodbye, Deathel.
I hardly knew you.
7.
Yeah.
That is
0.
just enough to make him useless.
Okay. So okay. Deathel. So the creature jumps up and catches Deathel with its claw and slams him into the boat, and he passes out. 12 probably doesn't hit Silas,
Oh, absolutely not.
and 6 probably doesn't hit Ixa. Oh, I'm sorry. I almost cheated you, Deathel. I forgot. These things actually should be rolling with disadvantage right now. So a 9. So it
That
actually.
does not hit.
Yeah. So you actually. I'm sorry. I forgot that they have light sensitivity too. So you actually are fine. In
That's
parallel
good.
universe, you died. But here you live. You live. You dodge.
Good thing for that was
like
Yeah, real quick, did my ready to action not trigger because the turn order rolled over?
Oh, I forgot you had a ready to action. But you can go,
Oh, okay.
you may go ahead and attack.
Yeah, very unlikely to hit, but I'll try. If I can find the button. There we go. Yeah, pretty sure that's a miss.
Yeah. 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 Sorry about that. So yeah. So they come up and their claws are like clicking around and they're trying to grab you, but it seems like they can't see very well. And you don't have too much difficulty getting out of their way, but the creatures, their strange insectoid bodies exude like it is horrifying to behold them. Something just feels wrong about their very existence, right to the core of your being. So everyone who starts their turn within 10 feet of them needs to make a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened.
Sorry, did you say 10 or 15 feet?
10.
Okay.
If you're in a circle.
Yeah, if you're in one of the black circles.
Well, I'm 15 feet away, but in a black circle.
Yeah, you're fine. Admittedly, it's kind of weird. So, I mean, you would roll at the beginning of your turn, Ixa.
Yeah, just getting out of the way.
Yeah. So Deathel, that is a failure. So you are frightened of the creature, whatever it is.
what a nuisance.
Yes. Do you need to know the exact mechanical effects of frightened?
That would be nice, yes.
Yeah, okay. So if you're frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls where the source of fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear.
Right.
So basically, disadvantage, and you can't move closer.
Oh boy.
So what are you going to do about that?
Well, other than be useless, alright, I am going to punch it, and I am going to spend my inspiration to negate the disadvantage.
Okay.
I didn't even need to spend the inspiration, but whatever.
Yep.
That's how it works.
You definitely hit though. It's okay. Roll some damage.
Alright. Yay! Unlike Gump, Deathel can actually roll more than a 1 on his fucking damage roll. 6 damage, punching.
All right. Yeah. So you strike this thing and crack its exoskeleton a little bit. But do not seriously damage it.
Alright, well, I'm going to punch it again because I can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
And,
a 13 does not hit.
Yeah. Damn.
So your
We're all
second
gonna fucking die.
your second blow kind of just deflects off the its natural armor. Ixa.
Wait a second. What did Berry Fire do to them again?
Oh, shoot, you're right. You actually were rolling with advantage there because that one's been fairy fired. So take your inspiration
I
back
think I did.
Oh. Okay.
because you didn't need it.
And in that case, does my second hit?
No, because yes, it does because neutral. Advantage and disadvantage cancel out, so you would have been taking that 17. So yes, a 17 would hit.
Okay, good. Another 6.
So 3 damage.
Another 3.
Not too bad. Thank you, Telgan. Yes, so Ixa.
Right, some more wild flailing trying to hit it.
Remember your fear.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Ixa
matter.
already rolled. Ixa's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Uh,
right. I forgot.
But it wouldn't. Ixa's already disadvantaged to attacking these things because she can't see them. So even if she was afraid, it's
It's
whatever.
no worse.
She doesn't know to be afraid of them because she can't see how horrifying they are. Filsticker.
All right. I realized what.
What'd you say?
Did a 14 miss?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I realized that being not goblin, I have advantage on all the mental saving throws.
Okay. Well, you
All
didn't need
right,
it, but good. That's good to have.
yeah. I should have spent inspiration too.
So okay. So you are not frightened of the things.
Yes. Okay. So, I guess I'll. I guess I'll try to help Killtrack. Yeah, so Filsticker moves over toward that end of the canoe,
Okay.
and he pulls out his hand axe in the process and also tries to whack at this thing. Seems safer than shooting swamp beans in
Okay.
their direction.
You are free to believe that.
And then next turn, I'll turn around, walk to their end of the boat, and attack the one Dethel's fighting.
Okay. A 21 does indeed hit.
All right. 6 slashing.
Yeah. So, you're hitting these things, but it's very clear to you that they can take a massive beating. And your weapons are not digging very deep in. Gildrak?
Guess. Oh, right. The save. Wisdom.
Yes, wisdom save, DC 11.
Well, doesn't matter.
Okay. You are frightened of these things. Cannot move
Neat.
closer, and you have disadvantage to attack them. Although the one in front of you is also fairy fired, so you also have advantage. So that cancels out.
Okay. I mean, we definitely aren't doing much. I can't think of anything else to do right now other than run away.
I'm not sure that's feasible.
Yeah, because I think they move faster than us. I mean, they were
Cast
able
a
to catch
spell,
us.
wizard.
If you were at full,
These things are immune to everything I can cast.
What the cast me?
I was going to say you might be able to outrun them.
Does anyone have any blunt weapons? Maybe they're vulnerable to that.
I'm using blunt weapons.
I
Does
mean,
an arm count? I guess it would.
Unarmed is specifically blunt damage.
Which is
So
why
remind me,
you,
why
is
are
why
we
it was-
running away again? I know that Dethel's health bar still isn't up, but everyone else looks like they're at full health.
no. Basically, we're not doing much. Our weapons aren't really succeeding, and Kildrak doesn't see anything to do other than hit it in the face or leave.
Yeah, it's more a concern that they might just one shot us, and it takes like 10 turns to kill them in turn. But if we can't escape, then or if it's too risky, it's not worth trying anyway.
Exactly. So, anyways, I'm just going to go on ahead and whack it with my battle axe, two-handed.
Okay.
Don't see much else to do. Holy sh!
Well, an 8 doesn't hit.
Your shit, Kildrak.
Yes, apparently so.
So, anything with your bonus action?
I don't know if there's anything I can do or not. That's an action.
You
an
could
action.
throw Dethel a bardic inspiration die, theoretically.
Yeah, that might be useful.
Other than that, there's not really much you can do.
I guess healing word is a bonus action, but I'm not gonna. Do
Yeah,
that
no
right
one's hurt yet.
Yeah, Dethel seems like potentially the greatest at risk. I'm gonna go ahead and throw him a bardic inspiration. I'm gonna. I guess I'll basically just shout at him that they aren't as tough as they seem.
Okay.
Dethel is going to hopefully take those words to heart, despite having punched the shit out of one and feeling just how tough they are.
It's all in your mind.
All right, Silas, we're on you now. Need to make your wisdom saving throw versus fear.
Okay. 1 second. Oh no, I don't have proficiency.
But you got an
Well,
11, so that's what you need.
Oh cool, it was only 10, or is it actually 11?
It's DC 11.
Oh, nice. Alright.
Yeah. So you, Silas, you are the master of your fear.
Yep. is ideal is it was something to that effect. If you know yourself, there's nothing left to know.
Mhm.
In case,
It still might be good to know what these things are.
no, that can come afterwards. In any case, the first thing will be entering a rage as a bonus action because
Mhm.
this is the one time I should actually use my my abilities.
Yes. Are you sure you want to move there?
Why?
Well, that will trigger an attack of opportunity from number 3.
Why is that out of his range?
Yes. They've only got a 5-foot reach.
And a 5-foot step doesn't exist anymore. So
Right. That's a third
Uh,
edition rule.
it's in 4th too. Dang, I forgot. I'd have to disengage, which I really don't want to do.
Right. You can just lock down number 3 then. Focus on killing it.
Yep. In any case, yeah, just gonna keep doing that. Just going to
So what all does rage give you in this edition?
advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, damage bonus that scales with level, and resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Cool.
So that last one is like 2 can play at this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say they don't actually have resistance to your weapons.
They just have really high hit points.
Yeah,
I was
they
wondering
just-
which it was.
Yeah, they just have enough hit points that, doing basic weapon damage isn't hurting them too badly.
Yeah, it was one of the 2.
Yeah.
Alright, though.
Oh. That's a
Yeah.
sad roll.
It's not enough.
Yeah. Your pike gets deflected off their exoskeleton.
I should have just taken the opportunity attack. In any case, yep.
All right. Lucas. Crossbow.
Wow, another one.
But 17. Which one were you shooting?
You were muted.
Yeah, you're muted if you're talking.
Sorry. Number 2.
Number 2.
It's the only thing I really have to do. It's got the fairy fire, so there's the advantage. So it seems strategically smart.
Okay. Yeah. So give me a damage roll.
Certainly working at it, but roll 20s. There we go. 9.
Yes. All right. So that crossbow bolt digs into it, and that did some noteworthy damage at least. Yes. So we're back to their turn. At this point, they have met the initial resistance to their attack. So it is time for them to make another morale check. They are brave creatures.
Very
I'm
noble.
brave.
Yes. It's okay. Okay, so they continue their attack, still blinded by the sunlight. Number 1 is going to attack Kildrak. Misses.
Yeah.
Number 2 is going to attack Dethel. Misses.
Fuck. Oh yeah, it's disadvantage.
Right. Yeah. I suppose I could have stopped after the 10, but for the sake of being clear, I wanted to roll twice.
Wanted to see if you get a 1.
Not that there's any effect for that, but yeah. So number 3 is going to attack Silas.
Oh my.
Ooh. Well,
Is it?
does an
Oh
18
wow,
hit
that
you?
one actually does hit. It's a 16 AC, so yeah.
Very well.
It was nice knowing you.
So you get hit for 8 damage, and you need to
And
make
what kind?
slashing.
Alright, then it's 4.
Right. So it slashes you with its claws, and you need to make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Alright, cool. I'm not afraid of that, at least.
You should be.
Oh, apparently I should be.
Yes.
That was
Silas
+5
falls over,
too.
paralyzed.
Oh.
We're dead.
You may repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Alright.
And number 4 attacks Ixa. Does a 17 hit Ixa?
Yes, it does.
Then you take 4 damage.
Which at least is not a lot, but presumably I need to make the save too, right?
Yes, you do.
Alright, so that's a pass, right?
Yep, and it was DC 11. So these creatures come out, flailing their claws around, and they manage to get a hold of Silas, slash him, and he just drops instantly. Ixa gets nicked, but is all right.
For the moment.
Deathel. Your frightened status from last time goes away, and you get to attempt the saving throw again.
Great. And that's wisdom.
Wisdom, DC 11.
Advantage or disadvantage or anything?
No.
Okay. Yay.
All right. You
Yeah,
do not
yeah,
fear
yeah.
this thing. It can be punched. It can be beaten.
Right. I'm a little tempted to actually try and figure out what this thing is with my Arcana, but I guess punching it is a good thing to do. Just kill it. We can figure out what they are later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I think a 19 hits.
Yes, it definitely does.
Alright, another 6 damage and more punching. Crit.
Yes, crit.
Alright.
So you're gonna roll your damage die twice. So we get
4 and 3, so a 7.
3, 7. All right. As you can probably see from its health bar, assuming that I set those up correctly so everyone can see them,
Yep.
that one is very badly hurt. Your flurry of blows have left it beaten and battered. One more good strike, you think it'll go down.
Yep. Everyone has a health bar except Deathel, which is driving me slowly insane.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't put his bar where you can see it. There we go. It should be there now.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I can see it as a GM, but I have to enable it for the players.
I could also see it, but
That's because you had permission to control the character. So, yeah. Okay. Yes. So that was Deathel's turn. Ixa. How are you doing, Ixa?
Well, I guess technically I failed the wisdom save, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because you can't be. Yeah. Well, it means you can't move closer, but you're already in melee, so whatever.
Yeah. So just keep swinging.
Hey, you hit.
Actually hit. Eight damage.
Yeah, you hit it. You hit it and you crack it a bit, but you don't do much else. Anything else from Ixa?
No, I don't think there's anything else you can do.
Phil Sticker.
All right. So an axe didn't do very much. Well, I guess he'll shoot it with a beam of swamp energy from right next to it.
That'll be disadvantage, but you have advantage because of the fairy fire.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Hey, you hit anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. Got him.
Remember, you've got the bardic inspiration.
Yeah, does that only work on D20 rolls?
Yeah,
Or-
you can't use it
Oh,
to
is it
add
only
damage.
D20?
So you can use it to hit, but not for damage.
Okay.
That would be very powerful if you could.
Yeah,
It really
that's-
would.
Yeah,
At least at low
that's
level
why I
it would be.
hadn't used
Not
it
so
yet.
much.
I haven't. Yeah, that's why I haven't used it yet. I haven't missed anything.
Oh, look at Mr. Awesome over here.
Yeah, but he's not like doing anything with those hits, so you know, like whatever.
So I gently caress him with the power of the swamp.
Yes, the swamp energy flows over him, and he feels invigorated. Kildrak.
I am gonna whack it with my axe again, maybe.
All right.
We'll see.
Oh, first you need your wisdom saving throw.
Right. Yay.
Okay, success.
Cool. Okay.
So you do not have disadvantage from fear.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that.
It's fine. You probably would have succeeded.
Son of a.
Yeah.
You had advantage because of the fairy fire, so it's 23. So it's a
Oh,
hit.
did I? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Phil Sticker's really helping out with that. So 6 slashing.
Yeah, that might be the best spell cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you take another chunk out of it, but as your its claws are flailing about, and you're picking your swings, and you're hitting it, but it's like fighting someone in like full plate. You know, you hit them, but it doesn't stop them.
Hmm.
So Silas,
Mm-hmm.
you have to do nothing this turn, but you do get to make a saving throw. Constitution DC 11 to stop being
Consider
paralyzed.
Consider spending inspiration.
I would, but like, I have a +5 Constitution save modifier, so like, I want to save it for an attack or something. I think, just 'cause the odds are so good that there we go.
Okay.
But,
So
oh boy, it's like playing GURPS all over again. I have to spend my turn doing nothing, and then roll throws a stun at the end.
yeah. So so you recover though. You regain control of your body after falling to the ground.
Yep, that's good. And the rage doesn't end because he was hit in between his last turn and this one, so
Okay.
assuming I understood how that worked correctly. But yep.
I don't know offhand, so we'll look it up after the game and do it right next time. If we're wrong. So Lucas, it is your turn.
Well, Lucas has exactly one plan, and he's going to keep doing it until it works or we die. But I don't think a 10 hits. Oh, I know, I have advantage. A 22 does hit.
Yes, it does. You're shooting number 2 again, then?
10 damage.
Oh, nice. That should do it, I think.
Yeah.
That will open
Please,
Death
please
Bolt.
tell me
Yeah.
what this looks like as you slay it.
A well-placed crossbow bolt, after being carefully lined up. Lucas closed his eye, pulled the trigger, and it flew forward and just shot through the already wounded creature. Just enough to finish it off. It was very unspectacular.
And it falls back and starts sinking down into the swamp water, and it is slain.
But it's good for us strategically because it means we can go 2-on-1 on the remaining ones. Lucas can switch his attention to number 4, and that should really help us clean this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So we're back to the creatures. Number 1 is going to make his attack on Gildrak. It has disadvantage again, of course, because of the sunlight. These things do not like being out in the day, but
Oh,
they were
thank
so
Christ.
delicious. They had to attack anyway. Or so it seems. Okay. The other one attacks, number 3 attacks Silas. An 8 does not hit you. And number 4 attacks Ixa. 6 does not hit you. So these creatures, despite the fact that their first comrade has fallen, are still just trying to. They're going for your legs and your arms and trying to get a grip on you with their pincers, but they seem to be having a lot of trouble with it. Deathel, you do not have to make a wisdom saving throw as you are not starting your turn within one of their auras.
Yay.
Lucky you.
Alright. Deathel is going to go down here
Okay.
at the end of the boat and is going to start punching number 3.
Very good.
It's punching time.
It is indeed.
Yay.
So
Good
20
punch.
hits.
Another 6.
It's a pretty good roll.
And he's going to use his bonus action to punch some more.
All right.
Because unlimited punch works.
Hey, that's a crit.
Another crit.
Yep.
So
And that's another 6 damage.
another 6 damage. Yes, indeed. There you go. So that one's starting to look pretty beat up. But it's probably got another couple of blows left in it.
Assuming it doesn't decide that this is no longer worth it.
Right.
Oh
Which-
shit, the punchy one is here.
That
After
may
I get
happen.
that one, the other 2 will, at least, or they'll make a roll.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. If you review our campaign rules, the rules for morale, when first opposition is encountered, if the players start a fight and the enemy isn't expecting, they will check. Or if the party starts fighting back against an ambush and successfully deals damage, they will check. When reduced to half their number or half their HP for a solitary creature, they will make a check. Check again when all seems lost, reduced to 1/4 their numbers or 1 remaining creature. And then, of course, there's also checks for like dreaded objects or things that they fear. So, yeah, if you take out 1 more, there'll be another morale check. That's very meta, but that's also the rules. So, I'm fine with you knowing that. So, yeah, that's Dethel's turn. So, Ixa.
More people flailing. That's a miss.
Yep.
And nothing else you can do.
Mm-hmm. Phil Sticker.
Okay.
You do need a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
Don't forget this time.
that's okay.
You're good.
No, I've got to continue trying to save poor Kildrak. More Eldritch Blast. No.
Yeah. The
Oh
swamp.
wait, no, I used my bardic inspiration.
Okay. Are you sure about that? Wow,
Yeah.
lucky you. You literally needed to roll a 6 on that die in order for it to matter. But you
That's
did
why I rolled it.
it. There you go. Okay, you do hit.
Eat it, you shit.
Okay. Please describe what that looks like for us.
I'm imagining he, throws out his hand. The purple beam of purple swamp energy flies out and thunks into the head of the crabman, and then just kind of leaves a burned circle in the shell that it probably doesn't appear to actually notice, but apparently did 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Very good.
And maybe there's some swamp stuff around the crater, like a mushroom.
Oh, you've inflicted it with parasitic mushrooms.
He's gonna die someday.
One day.
Hopefully today, within the next 30 seconds.
Fungus doesn't grow that fast.
But a crit from Kildrak's axe might.
That's funny.
I mean, it could happen. And it is Kildrak's turn.
Okay, make that save. Oh, cool.
Yep, so Kildrak is now frightened of the thing, so you have disadvantage.
Neat.
As,
No, Kildrak, no.
as these creatures just give you the creeps, and they project this supernatural terror in you.
If I intimidate Kildrak from the other side, does it cancel out his fear?
No. No.
She
Although, well, I suppose maybe if you could get him to fear you more than it, that he could move forward, but he would still have disadvantage. It's not a very effective strategy.
But if you got
I'm
him to
going to
fear
kill
you
you.
more, and then jumped off the boat and hit, that might do it.
Well, regardless, just gonna hit it with the axe again. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Hey!
Hey!
There you go,
at
20
that.
hits.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's a nice hit. You swing and crash into it and leave it staggered and barely hanging on. And we are back to Silas.
Stop,
Alright,
you're hurting it.
Silas stands up.
Why,
Unfortunately,
yes, he
that's
does.
only half of a movement action, so you're fine.
Yep. And with cold fury in his eyes, he lifts his pike and tries to drive it into this mud crab man. And yay, I think.
17 hits.
Probably yay.
Oh, you
Confirm
forgot your
that.
wisdom save.
Oh, okay, I need to do that.
Because if you fail,
then
then you
we'll
were frightened,
retroactively-
and then you would have missed because of the 9.
Yeah.
So don't fail your wisdom save. You failed your wisdom
No, I
save.
did.
Yeah. So Silas stands up, and unless does Barbarian Rage give you advantage on saves against fear? I feel like it should.
Let me see. I don't think so,
Oh
for
well,
whatever
that's a shame.
reason.
That's a
Which
shame
is-
then.
Strange, but yeah, sadly.
So the supernatural terror chills your heart even through the clear focus of your rage.
Yeah, but you still hit. Or no, you don't hit.
No, I don't,
He
no.
doesn't have fairy fire. Cast more fairy fire, damn you.
I only have one spell slot.
See,
Fairy
that would've
Fire's
been a
already on the one that he's fighting. The rest of it doesn't matter.
That would have been a perfect time for me to use inspiration.
Yeah.
If only.
So Lucas.
Yep. This time, Lucas is going to expend his inspiration. So he targets number 4.
Very good.
Let's see if I can roll a total of 2 on 2d20 again. Not today. 17 is probably going to hit it
Yes, 17 does hit it.
for 8 damage.
Ouch. Yeah, so you hit it and plant another bolt into it, or into this
First
one.
bolt into this one.
So you implant a bolt into this one, and it kind of thrashes about and breaks the bolt off, and yeah, it's hurt, but it's still standing and able to fight. It's all right. They're all going to make another attack this round. Number 1 attacks Kildrak. Complete miss.
Hit harder, you shit.
Number 3 is going to attack. I will flip a coin. 1 it attacks Silas, 2 it attacks Defil. Alright?
Poor Silas.
Silas is fine.
Yeah.
And the Battle of the Blind characters continues as 4 attacks Ixa.
Oh.
14. I don't think that hits you.
I think
I
she
think
has,
she has 15 AC. Let me check.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
that's a miss.
Yeah. So it's Ixa's got a shield.
I do not think she does, actually. 'Cause she has to use a long sword two-handed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just so you get slashed across your armor, but it does its job. Chain shirt does its job, and is not slashed. Your
Yes.
your tendril bold flesh is not peeled from your bones today. Well, maybe today, but not presently.
Yeah,
Not
not that
this-
moment.
Not in this instance. Defil, give us a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
See if the spooky scary.
Okay.
You're immune to their spooky scariness.
Yes, and I'm gonna punch it some more.
Punch it good.
I punch it pretty good.
Let's see how good.
Another
6.
6.
You keep rolling these exact same numbers.
I know, it's weird.
I mean,
And
you don't have a huge variability with the D4, but still.
And I'm gonna punch it more. I should have taken inspiration for that.
Yeah. Yeah, 11 doesn't hit.
Actually, I'm going to use my bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Because I only need like a 4 to hit, I believe. So that's 50-50 odds. Yes!
15 does hit. There you go.
And
So,
that
4
is a
damage.
4.
All right. Yes, it is barely hanging on there with no hit points left. Almost no hit points left.
Silas, you have to end this.
I'll do my very best. No promises.
Ixa. Battle of the
Force
Blind
damage and
continues.
slashing.
Yes. Hey, you hit. Somehow.
Blind luck.
And if you keep
All right.
swinging your sword around, you gotta hit something, I guess.
Yep. 7 damage.
You may win this fight yet. But not quite yet.
So I
Phil's
have a question.
Yes.
Defil's a monk, right?
Yes.
Yes.
you know that Flurry of Blows isn't an offhand strike, right? You actually, as a monk, add your dex bonus to both damage rolls.
Oh?
Yep.
Well, in that case, I would be doing a lot more damage.
Sorry, I didn't call you out on that before. I must have spaced.
But don't they have to like spend like something to do a flurry of blows?
They can actually do a third attack if they spend something. They just get to make 2 unarmed attacks with their bonus, because anyone fighting unarmed can make an offhand unarmed attack, right? Like, it wouldn't be a class feature if it didn't give you more than that.
Yeah, it's 1 key point though.
I
Yeah.
thought it was only 1 key point to get the third attack. Under martial arts,
Yeah, martial arts specifically have a thing that they could just make a straight up unarmed second an extra attack that is unarmed.
as a bonus action.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is
I
a
was looking
class
at-
feature.
So when you use
Yeah,
an
but
attack,
Flurry of Blows is a different named feature. We're talking about the one named martial arts, convalescence.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Because you said Flurry of Blows, I wasn't sure which.
I know.
you
I'm
wanted.
sorry. That's why I clarified that you can also spend a key point to make an additional unarmed attack.
Oh, okay, so that would. Alright, yep, that's fine.
Mhm.
And both of those would add your dex bonus as well.
That's cool.
Mhm.
so I have not been doing right.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Okay. So yeah. Actually, then, you would have probably killed this number 3.
Yes. Sorry to have interrupted the flow of combat like that. I was just noticing that number 3 would have died there, and I figured.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm glad you did, because we still have the potential to have this go badly.
Yeah. Okay. So Deathel, actually, you killed number 3. Tell us how you killed number 3.
Just Dethel's fist punches it in the face and cracks it quite badly, and then his second fist rears back and just slams straight through, and the head just explodes as his fist sinks deep into its soft flesh,
All right.
and he hoists it out of the water victoriously, wearing it like a gauntlet.
Very good. So Phil Sticker, we are back to you now.
Your mic still isn't working, unfortunately.
Yes. Phil Sticker. Hmm. Sounds.
I think
Oh.
I'm back.
Yes, you're
There
back
it
now.
is.
There. What happened to you?
I don't know. I think the charter had a stroke or something.
Oh, probably. So it is Phil Sticker's turn.
What? Oh shit. Okay, it looks like an entire crab disappeared while I was gone.
Yes, Deathel killed it.
Monster.
Because Retromot corrected his correction from a previous session, and we realized Deathel and retroactively Gump should have been doing more damage.
Oh,
Yeah, my bad. For some
Turns
reason,
out
I thought
monks
we were
are actually
approaching.
quite terrifying.
Yeah,
You
I thought for some reason I
bastard,
thought
you
we were
killed
approaching.
Gump.
For some
Gump would
reason,
have died anyway.
Yeah.
I'll wait. Let me know when. Okay, I'll try now. For some reason, I thought we were discussing two-weapon fighting before, but I never put 2 and 2 together that it was the monk who was two-weapon fighting with his fist, which is a special rule compared to
Mhm.
normal two-weapon fighting. So sorry, everyone. But the good news is the rest of you can still two-weapon fight the other way.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew the standard rules for it. I just assumed that monks followed the standard rules unless they were using Flurry of Blows. But it.
See,
yeah.
I always kind of imagined that they pretended that your left hand didn't exist.
I mean, you know
But
that
if
you
both
can.
fists were just one weapon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Take your turn.
Anyway.
Two-weapon fight with 2 light weapons too.
Yeah.
But,
Alright, so since I had... so he fires an Eldritch Blast at it, since I had disadvantage from,
Being too close to it.
I guess, being too close.
Yeah, you're.
That works out to me taking the 6.
Yep.
Damn.
You shouldn't have like run up and hit it with an axe and then started shooting it with ranged attacks and point blank
No,
range.
it's clearly resistant to the axe.
Very well. You can continue believing that if you like. But Kildrak, it is your turn.
Hi.
You do not fear it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it again.
A good plan.
And I think I've got advantage because of the fairy fire still, right?
Yes, you do.
Cool.
So that is a crit. Yeah. Please describe how you remove this this thing number one creature from the combat.
I take my battle axe in both hands
Mm-hmm.
and aim squarely for one of the cracks in its shell.
Mm-hmm.
And yelling as I do it, I bring the axe down straight onto the crack, splitting it wide open and spraying both myself and Fiddlesticker with whatever gore is inside of it, most likely.
Yep.
Eggs, hard-boiled eggs, hundreds of hard-boiled eggs.
It smells like it. Yeah. All right. It is slain. Anything else from Kildrak?
Nope.
All right, Silas.
All right. Yep. I don't think I can. Yeah, I definitely can't get close enough within this boat to do anything. So, standing up, he'll I guess push the boat over to be closer, so at least Ethel can punch it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that works.
You should really pick up some javelins later.
Yeah, I forgot to have any ranged weapons, which I'll fix.
All right.
Speaking of,
Yes, Lucas, your shot.
7 does not hit.
No, it doesn't. So, all right. Number 4 at this point is going to try and retreat. It dives under the surface of the water, just trying to disappear into the shadows. Ixa and Defil, you may take attacks of opportunity if you want to try and stop it from fleeing.
Alright. Attack of opportunity is just normal attack.
Yes.
Kinda. Alright.
Yes.
23 hits.
Yes, it does.
That's 7.
All right.
And Ixa missed.
Yep. So this battered little creature with 2 hit points, disappears into the dark water, and then there is, there's a pop as it teleports over there. And there's a sploosh as it materializes over here, displacing the water.
Did that thing just friggin' teleport? That ain't cool.
It's a witch. Kill it.
It is, however, though you can make out where it is just barely, it is under the surface of the water. So any ranged attacks will have, it'll have some partial cover there.
We should definitely do another volley on the way out, and then
So
we should check their lair if they've killed and dragged off any other travelers. There might be valuables, and there might be last rites to perform, and that sort of thing.
If we could find their lair.
Well, we'll start with that island that we spotted them on, and if it's not there, we'll give up.
Fair enough.
So, does anyone want to, anyone with a ranged weapon who wants to try and hit it as it's fleeing,
Yes.
you can do
Defo
that.
will get low so that anyone who's
Yeah.
trying to shoot them has
Yeah,
clear
sure.
line.
Who first, I guess?
Lucas just rolled, so, but that's a miss.
It's
Yeah, I don't
funny.
think-
Lucas isn't actually bad at this.
It didn't escape from that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess my javelin. Wait, is it?
You were at
Yeah.
disadvantage range, because your javelin is 30 feet and it's 50
Yeah.
feet away. So yeah, so that's an 8. So that is a miss. Sorry.
Looks like Phil Sticker might have hit.
I don't know what the 120 feet. Yeah. So that oh wait, no, because it's under the water. You would have hit it if it was above the surface, but your bolt just kind of fizzles out. Your swamp blast just kind of fizzles out on the surface of the water and doesn't build
It
deep enough.
presumably gets channeled by the swamp. Goddamn swamp.
Yeah, and
It should have been a demon warlock.
Yeah. I don't think Iggs was interested in wasting her father. She only has one left.
So it's going to swim away another 40 feet, disappearing off the side of the map. Is anyone really dedicated to shooting it?
No, not me.
I can't.
Well, it does fill me with a sense of wrongness.
How far away is it?
It
It's
was
still in range. I shoot it.
okay.
Okay, but could I have a number?
So let's see. It was about no, it said click the thing. Why didn't it go? So it was about 40 feet from you. Now it's like 80 feet.
Well, I didn't have disadvantage yet, but a 9 still misses. Because Lucas doesn't roll above 4.
It just wouldn't
Oh,
be
well.
proper.
It just wouldn't be right.
Nope.
Rolling high numbers would be very, very presumptuous of him. Yeah. So at this point, it's
Does a 21 zap him?
Oh, I was looking at your other thing. Yes, 21 does zap him.
God.
If you roll a 1,
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I rolled one of the big numbers.
Yeah, you needed to roll a 2 or higher. I expected you to roll a 1, but 10 works. Okay, so what does it look like when this thing is smote by the power of Grandfather Rot?
Filsticker's jumping up and down on the boat,
just fucking
firing a bunch of
explodes
blasts
like
of
a...
swamp energy at the thing,
Mm-hmm.
cussing at it, and eventually finally hits it. So of course it swells up and it's carapace swells up and explodes, sending hard-boiled eggs everywhere. They all float on the water.
Kildrak yells at Phil Sticker to stop jumping.
No jumping in the boat.
I'm a mighty warrior.
Very good. So yes, the creature is slain. You have killed them all.
We are the best.
Yes.
We have stepped onto the path of darkness.
Speaking of which, we should go loot anything they might have.
Yeah.
Including their corpses.
Yeah,
Not
let's
just valuable
grab
like the
a
alligators, but you know.
let's grab a corpse for study, so that we can know about these creatures.
Aren't they just hard-boiled eggs with a hard shell?
You might think that, and that might be right, but who can say?
I'm
Here,
sure some
I'll just-
person.
Here, give me some rope.
Okay.
And Filstiker uses the rope to tie the dead creature just to the side of the canoe next to himself. You know, like Old Man in the Sea.
Okay, very good. You have one of its bodies. There you go.
Kildrak is staying as far back as he can.
Even though it's dead, you still get a sense of a really like supernatural unease just looking at it. It isn't as terrifying as it was in life, but you still get like a wrongness from its existence.
He thinks to himself, I wonder if it comes back to life. Well, we'll find out later.
So-
I imagine the one that has been punched through is probably not coming back to life.
Or he comes back to life with a big hole in his head that he can blow wind through.
While
You
we're
never know with
going
these
towards-
regenerating creatures if you've really dealt with it.
While we're going towards the island, Deathla is going to see if he can recognize what this thing is.
Sure. Give me a Arcana roll.
Wow.
You've
I
never
also,
seen these things before.
Can Lucas try
Yes.
Arcana? He's not proficient, but
Oh. No.
well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He doesn't roll numbers.
Still, I have the researcher ability from my background as a sage.
Mm-hmm.
When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you fail, you know where you can look it up. Actually, getting to the information is a different story and may not be feasible, or may be a catalyst for an adventure all its own. But I know where I could figure out what these things are.
Okay. Yes. Tell me what that place is then.
Right. Well, I'm sure that there's some kind of individual in Clink who has, knowledge of the swamp and its many creatures, that we could ask.
Mm-hmm. There. Yeah.
Nah, Clink's garbage.
Well, you have heard of there is one person in Clink who you have who you know about, who is trained in magical arts. A woman by the name of Jasmine. You have encountered her before when she visited your monastery to ask questions of your masters. She has written letters to them as well in the past, and you know she's currently in Clink. And you know she's a trained arcanist and magic user. She may know.
All right. Well, I will have to go ask her. when we get back to Clink.
Yes. So you pull your canoes up and you stop on the island where you first saw the creatures. And it's kind of a small place, but you find as you move up the way onto higher ground, you come across a black hole in the earth, and you're just met, and like black moss is growing from this crack in the earth, out
Lucas will,
spreading onto the area, and you just get like a dread of this place.
Lucas is going to cast light on a pebble and toss it in the hole.
Hmm. Yeah. As the light like rolls down the way, you see the glint of precious metals. There is definitely treasure hoard down in this pit.
Does the possession of dark vision reveal any further information?
Yes, the hole goes down some ways. You can see that there's some copper and silver pieces and a few gold scattered along the floor, but it turns around a corner into what seems to be like another room, but you can't see without going in.
Is this just raw earth or raw stone, or is it actual stonework?
Raw earth.
Okay.
Also, with dark vision, you probably can't differentiate different coins, and thus might be led on a horrible death-risking adventure for a bunch of copper that you thought was gold.
That's
That just
probably
occurred
true.
to
'Cause
me
he is.
and was funny.
Well, I'm willing to risk the cost of the new bird. I will send Balearica down to fetch a coin and see if any traps or monsters explode on her or something.
That's terrible.
It probably loses you your familiar.
Make a wisdom
Doesn't
saving
hurt.
throw for Balearica.
I don't know what a bird's wisdom score is offhand. I'm just going to roll a d20.
That's fine.
She's fine.
Oh. She looks at you, and she looks at the hole, and she looks at you, she looks at the hole, and I don't know if birds can sigh, but you get that is the emotion that is conveyed as as she wearily hops into the into the cave. And she's very slow and cautious and methodical, getting closer and closer, and then she like peeks around the corner, and she starts flapping her wings in kind of an excited manner and hopping up and down, and like gestures with her wing deeper into the cave, and gestures for you to follow with her other wing.
Detha will go down first because he does not understand fear all that well.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
For a reason.
Lucas will call Balearica back and feed her some meat.
So Dethel, you go down.
Everyone wears shoes, says Felsticker as he begins making sure his shoes are tied.
So Dethel, you go down there, illuminated by the light stone that Lucas threw, and you get down to the corner, and you see it looks like it's like a roundish sort of den where you think the creatures probably slept, and piled amongst in the center of the room is a pile of thousands of copper pieces. There's hundreds of silver scattered about. There's a bottle of wine in one of the corners. A set of bagpipes for some reason. A wooden chest. Gems scattered about on the floor. And there's a glass jar with some sort of sand inside.
All right. Dethel is going to check the chest.
Okay. It's like a small wooden box, and you open it, and it is filled with different cooking spices. Altogether about 5 pounds worth of spices.
All right.
Seeing as no one has screamed or no obvious death has happened, Kildrak is going to wander in.
Treasure, as described before.
Yes.
We're going to need to get a count on these coins, but
Seeing as Filsticker's shoes are well tied, he follows after Kildrak.
Kildrak is going to wander over to the bagpipes, even though he doesn't know how to play them.
All right. I guess if the chest, how big is the chest?
we have a
It's like
spare
a small
chest that we
wooden-
can start loading up with coins, so we should probably do that.
Yep.
It's like a small wooden box.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not very large.
Yeah.
Right.
Like maybe like a
Probably
bread box.
2 box or below.
I guess the jar of sand is worthy of inspection.
hmm
Dethel will attempt to see what's special about it.
Yeah, so you lift it up and you look at it, and as far as you can tell, it's just a jar of dirt.
Goblins are notorious for knowing about this kind of shit, just saying.
So that's as far as I can get with it.
You can roll Arcana.
You say that with such confidence.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
So yeah, I think you roll history for magic items based on the gnome ability.
well, tell me
Did
about
you
this.
even? Didn't 5e make this way easier for some reason? Like, I remember something about can't everyone tell that an item is magical, and it takes like an hour to identify what it is instead of like needing a spell or needing to take it to someone.
I know Identify is still a spell.
Yeah, but that's for doing it instantly, isn't it?
No, I think it's just that Identify is a ritual, so every wizard ends up being able to just identify things for free.
Alright, we'll look after, but I have a feeling. In any
I mean,
case.
there's got to be something. You can't just, right? You can't just like, I immediately identify. I mean, I know you can attune a weapon or like a magic item that's like that,
Right.
and find out what they do. But
Well, since I don't know who does Or what does?
Fill sticker might? I don't know.
So we actually can identify these without the spells. It's just risky. More or less, if we have a short rest while hugging them and fondling them gently, we will get to know what they do. But if they're cursed, we're going to be affected.
All right.
There's a gnome ability where it says when I want to make an intelligence history check related to a magic item, alchemical object, or technological device, I add twice my proficiency bonus rather than whatever I normally add, which I normally add nothing.
Okay.
If intelligence history applies to identifying an item or telling anything about it, or saying,
only if
"Oh,
it's
I've
like
heard of these,"
historically. You have
or if
very
it's
high
something
DC,
that
but go
someone
just roll
used
your
to
dice.
make. Okay. I'm gonna assume this is +4.
Mm-hmm.
18.
18. Magic items sometimes comes in the form of dust. There's lots of different types of magic dusts. This is probably magic dust.
Well, magic items come in all shapes and sizes. Some are tall, some are short, some are fat, and some are thin. This one's a dust. Probably. Or a vampire
Again,
used
you
to
can
sprinkle
taste
on his
it.
bed.
You can taste it to get an idea of the effect, but if the effect is bad, that can end badly.
Deathel is going to taste it.
Okay. Make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Sounds like fun.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you
Can I attempt to like catch the bottle before he drops it?
yes. Make a dex save.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
So
Can I jump over and grab the damn bottle?
sure.
Oh.
Dex save.
Athletics or
Dex save.
Dex? Okay.
Yeah.
There. It's higher at least.
Okay. So here's what happens. Deathel opens the jar and like tastes a little bit of the sand, and like immediately like his throat seizes up and he starts choking, and he's coughing and spitting and is just incapacitated by this and suffocating. He drops the thing, and Philsticker tries to grab it and catch it, but he fumbles with it and needs to make the same saving throw. But he's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
And he drops it, and Kildrak dives across the room and catches it before it hits the rock on the ground, which would have caused it to shatter, affecting all of you and wasting the rest of the material. You have found a dust of sneezing and choking. Deathel, you get to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, so you'll eventually recover. But
Until then, we need to be desperately trying to help him so he doesn't die like us because we think he's going to die.
so you are you are choking and coughing, and
I attempt medicine upon him. I compress his chest or something.
What am I looking for?
a 15. So hold on a moment.
Good lord.
Well, you just find out how long it takes you to get to make the save.
While he's back there choking to death, Kildrak is focused on just securing the jar of poison.
Takes 10 rounds.
10 rounds. That's
A minute.
that's a
That's a
minute.
minute.
So you spend a minute dying, and everyone's like freaking out.
Sorry, Lucas will ask. Did he taste
Sulfur
the
keep
strange
punching
powder
your
we
chest.
found in the monster cave?
Look, there's a reason that his order of monks doesn't have a high survivability. Just
Yes.
Oh,
Well, you have Balearic as thanks.
He reminds us of Gump.
Yes. Let's see. Suffocation. Yes. So, you have found quite a lot of treasure. I assume that you make camp up on the island away from the spooky cave, and count your treasure.
yeah.
According to Lucas's count, assuming we get half value on the wine, bagpipes, and cooking spices, but full value on the rest, other than the jar of monk removal, 37 gold, 4 silver, 3 copper each. So it's not a huge haul, but it's our biggest haul yet.
nice. Yay.
Post that somewhere.
I did. It's in the rolls. I'll write it here as well.
Well, I suppose we have to figure out what we actually do get for it.
And I will annoy you by including platinum in the units. Do you want Electrum as well?
Let's not get excessive here.
Well, it reads off fairly easily because 37.43 is 3 platinum, 7 gold, 4 silver, 3 copper.
Mhm.
Thankfully,
And say that was the amount that each person got.
We'll get when we sell these things, assuming we get half right value on the wine, bagpipes, and cooking spices, and
Oh,
full
okay.
value on the gems.
So
Mhm.
I'll just wait to note any of that down then.
Yep.
Did you want to tell us how much it was worth in experience, or did you want to wait until like the end of the session?
We'll wait till the end of the session.
Okay.
Gotta survive to get experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to take it back somewhere safe, I assume.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So you count your treasure, you make camp. And next morning comes, clear skies once again. What you gonna do?
You know, it seems kind of strange that the monsters accumulate all this treasure. I wonder where they came from.
Well, I imagine that had they been able to paralyze all of us, they'd have taken us back to their lair and possibly used us as a food source for some time, and our coin would have joined that pile. The bagpipe being unharmed is the only strange thing, but perhaps some answer will show itself to us in time. For now, we have far more important things to worry about than mysterious treasures and dangerous monsters. We have paperwork to do.
Oh, yes.
I do know someone who could lead us to the answer as to those strange creatures. Though we will have to get back to Clink before I can ask her.
I'll even give her the corpse. Whoever she might be.
I'm sure it will be received
Sure.
positively.
Yes, I look forward to hearing about that. It will make an excellent addition to my expedition journal.
Yes.
Alright, well, so everybody mark off a food for yesterday, I guess.
Right. Yes. And water.
And unless anyone is better than a 2 in nature, I will roll forage again.
Not
I
I.
do not.
believe so, no. So,
Oh boy.
oh, cool.
All right, yeah. You find some food. D6 plus wisdom.
All right, I found 3 pounds of food.
Oh, you had a. All right.
Guys, I found all these hard-boiled eggs.
I'll
No.
mark off the ration.
I'll mark off a ration.
So a second ration for today. Okay.
Will scurries his food that he found, I guess. Who wants these other 2 pounds of food?
Ixa has 7 rations, so she doesn't really need it.
I had 5 left.
You should take one.
Yeah, well, I ate one. I ate 1 pound, so there's 2 left. Who wants them?
I'll take one then.
Okay.
So Silas eats the hard-boiled eggs and won't question where these came from.
That's the best way.
Well, I guess Lucas will eat the third one, not because he's particularly keen, but because he wouldn't see it wasted.
Gilsticker throws hard-boiled eggs into Lucas's mouth.
Very good. So,
I think I actually caught them.
thought
the
this was
first
the
good
bounding roll
roll
at
that you
first.
made of the session.
But he just
Well, you
keeps
know.
throwing them. He throws an entire pound of eggs into your mouth.
A
Okay.
junior cartographer is basically a grad student. I can't waste free food.
It's true.
Yes.
It's relatable.
Yes. So, yes, the expedition sets out to map this hex, and whose boat is in the lead? Dethel?
Dethel's boat, as per normal.
Dethel and Silas. Give me. Yes.
Before we left from the short rest for all that eating and everything, can I spend a hit die?
Oh yes, yes. Anyone who wants to spend a hit die can spend a hit die.
All right, I get twice my hit points back. So
It's pretty,
yeah.
pretty good roll.
Yes.
And never mind. Okay.
Okay, so lead boat. Give me a perception check. DC 11.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
Hmm?
I thought you were gonna tell us the DC, but
Yeah, I did. I rolled it. It's 11. DC 11.
well, Bethel sees it at least.
Yeah. So Dethel, as fortunately there's as you're going about today, nothing quite so terrifying as whatever those creatures were that you fought yesterday. You do encounter a number of snakes, venomous snakes in the water, but you see them before getting too close and triggering their wrath, and are able to make your way through the swamp fairly easily.
Sounds good.
So, cartographer, make your roll.
Coming right up.
Uh,
It takes me a minute to flick through this sheet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Haha!
Nice.
good. At
Very
least
good.
Lucas is good at his job.
That's all you can ask for, really.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, very good. You spend the rest of the day there, and you are able to map Gump's Hollow. Everything is well. You find a place to camp for the night, and
We suffer
And
from the
you-
miasma.
and you suffer from the miasma. Orendir would have been in trouble, but he's not here.
Oh,
So, okay.
now back in Clink, he gets sick.
He returns like, ah, guys, I got the death. You weren't even in the swamp. I know.
Well, I mean, he's closer to it than Gump.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta change the macro from Gump to Defel. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you make camp, short rest. If anyone wanted to spend a hit die, I mean, oh, Ixa, what?
What?
Ixa, why are you back at full hit points?
I spent a hit die. The minimum I could roll would be enough to get back to 9 HP, so I didn't roll it.
Oh, okay. As I didn't see a roll, so I didn't think.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So everyone's good. Short rest. Food was already taken care of for today. So morning comes. Heavy rain.
David Cage.
So morning comes, and the storm has returned. Although the wind isn't as bad today, but visibility is bad, and it's just heavy rain and thunder. What you gonna do?
Let's make for Clink, I guess. Or this isn't as bad for us as the storm, is it?
It's not as
Nah.
bad as the storm. You will have disadvantage on perception checks related to seeing or hearing. You can't have any fire because it will be drenched. But yeah, you can travel.
We
Just
should
kinda-
probably do that.
Kind of wet and
Yeah.
miserable.
So Ixa should make the roll since she won't be at disadvantage. It's not a sunny day,
Mhm.
and she has higher survival.
That's a good point, yeah.
Is anyone going to forage?
Oh no.
Oh lord.
I guess he'll forward. Oh boy,
We
I
got pretty
found
lost.
I found 3 pounds of yeah, sorry,
I guess whoever didn't take food last time can take food this time.
Sure. I'll take the mystery sustenance.
I found 3 pounds of unopened canned soup. Here you go. Straight from the
That's-
Mapleburg quartermaster, I think.
I don't think that's a thing, but okay.
I was
They're
assuming that it was
probably-
like leeches or something.
They're probably. I was imagining he just finds these floating in the swamp from a ship that sunk years ago or something, and they're like those old, they're the old cans that were sealed with lead solder, and that are killing you over time.
Everything is killing us over time, so
Sounds
true.
fair enough then. Yeah.
Mhm.
These give you the brain crazies.
Well, I mean, the good news about getting lost here is we are still very likely to exit the swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
So-
go into the plains and we're like, no, let's just hex crawl in these nice like grasslands over here instead of the swamp instead.
Yes. Oh no, I don't have macros for the random encounter tables for the planes.
It's just 1d8, 1 to 4 is, I don't know, giraffes, 5 to 8 is normal.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah. So he
sometime So-
obviously he eats one.
No.
Creedor eats one. Other person, I don't know who other person is.
So
Death will take one.
Deathel eats one.
And then
Okay, it's settled.
so then everyone else has to pay a ration.
Alright, I did that.
Alright.
Yep.
You're gonna roll for a direction, KSV?
Yeah, I already did.
Oh.
You should know. If I did it right, you shouldn't be able to see your raft anymore.
Oh no, I can't. And
No.
yeah, I can't see your roll.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a GM roll. Yes. So you don't know where you are. So, as the day goes on, the swamp starts becoming the shallower and shallower, and before long, you come to a shore. You have reached the edge of the swamp. The plains stretch out in front of you. You
Well, surely we
oops.
can just turn right and follow the shore.
absolutely. But
'Cause no matter which direction we were headed in, that will get us towards Clink.
Yep.
But if you follow the shore too closely, you'll be sailing for an infinite amount of time.
Wow. Yeah, so, I guess we do that, and you just tell us, like, how many days it takes to get back, because it would be, like, from 1 to 3, or whatever.
Yeah. So, following the shore, it takes you 3 days to get back to Clink. You can roll foraging for that time if you like. Philsticker.
Is there, like, a lower difficulty to forage outside the swamp?
I assume that you're...
survival.
What?
It is survival, not nature,
Yeah,
right?
it's survival, not nature.
Oh, is it?
Good lord.
I thought it was nature.
No, it's been survival. Well,
Yeah.
that's exactly what survival is for. It's like the
I
primary
thought it
use
was
of the survival skill.
Navigate. Well,
Survival,
luckily my-
believe it or not, is for surviving.
I figured
They're the same
nature
modifier.
was for. Yeah, so it doesn't matter, but I figured nature was for going outside and being like, oh no, this is a deathberry, not a strawberry. Don't eat this.
Yes, but locating the strawberries.
When you
It's
look in this
survival.
kind of hollow tree, you tend to find bottles of wine when you're out in the woods. And have yourself a nice meal.
They do seem to be quite common occurrences near Clink.
Alright, so on the first day, Philsticker found 3 pounds of food, and on the second day, he didn't find a damn thing, and on the third day, he walked back to our camp, and he was carrying, like, a picnic basket full of sandwiches and a few bottles of wine, and he said, I just found these sitting out in the field, I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think those can be I don't think those can be eaten before we found them, nor can they be saved. So that defaults down to 6. It looks like half of us are spending 2 and half of us are spending 1.
I'll
That's
spend
everyone's
2.
rations look.
I'll spend 2.
Same.
All right, rest of us spend 1.
Cool.
So I'll spend
And the
one
second-
because Philsticker always eats food after he finds it, and then he brings it to the rest of you.
So the second day, everyone would have had to have spent 1. And then the last day, you're all taken care of. So, the heavy rain continues on as you eventually return to Clink. But
No
you
escape from the downpour.
you have arrived.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Man, what an adventure we went on.
Yep.
This is
Other than
grass.
involuntary.
I'm going to go find Jasmine, I think her name was.
Yes.
Oh yes, help me carry this corpse to her.
Lucas is very excitedly heading into the general store, both to arrange for the sale and money changing of our goods, and to see what we can get for selling the map.
Yes. We'll play out this thing with Jasmine next
Alright.
time. But I do want to go ahead and sell the map and get your rewards so you can get your XPs.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you come into your you come into Daniel's store. He looks over at you. I assume you prestidigitate yourself dry again.
Yep.
And he's like, you guys have been gone for nearly a week. I didn't think you'd be coming back.
We took the scenic route home. With the rain, we decided we preferred the plains.
I see.
No harm, everyone's fine. The map's completed, and we found a few things that I'd like to see if you'd be willing to purchase.
Well, I think I probably will. Let me take a look. And yeah, so he will buy the wine, the bagpipes, the cooking spices. If you want to sell that, he will buy all of those at half their fair value.
Yeah, our cook's dead. We don't know how these work.
This is makeup, right?
Kildrak just blows the bagpipes a couple of times, and some horrifying sounds come out.
Well,
I
at
don't
least
know
he
how
knows
to-
how to play the bagpipes.
I don't know how to play this. Y'all just sell that.
Yes.
And I prepared some copies of the map while we were traveling. I had some time on my hand. How much would you pay for them each?
He takes your stack of maps, and he's like, and he looks them over, and he spends
Bites one to make sure it's real.
he spreads them out, and and he says, I know some people who will pay for these, and a lot of people come in and come and go. For this whole stack, I will give you. He opens a drawer, and he starts pulling out platinum pieces. He stacks them up, and he slides it over to you. 40 platinum.
Thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
So that's another 6 of every coin each. For a total of, hold on. $104 gold, 9 copper each.
Alright, cool, nice. Yeah, having it in gold each is useful for the XP portion at least.
I know, fractional gold, it's just like metric money, it's the best thing.
Also, everyone gets 50 XP for mapping that hex.
And we got 104 XP, is that how it works?
Yes, 104 XP for the loot.
I
And
think I leveled up.
And 37, so I'm at 322, so yep.
And furthermore, I'm going to give everyone, since you set out with your initial goal of mapping the...
Wait.
Yeah.
You have 322? Did I miss a bunch of XP? What did the rest of you guys add? Because I thought Convalescence would be behind us.
I'm at 441, but I might have added up something wrong.
I'm going to go with 441 too then and assume I missed some stuff. Sorry, KSB.
Furthermore, since you have set out as mapping those 4 regions and getting Clink surrounded by mapped terrain as like a goal of your party, I'm going to give you 100 XP for completing that goal. So everyone gets that as well.
Yay.
Wonderful. I'm going to inform you ahead of time so you can plan a little bit of my next mapping goal by drawing it out in this orange color. I think that this area, which is wedged into the land, could be a natural, useful map to have.
Oh, but also remember, there was that sighting, and I know it's been a while now, but there was that sighting of the strange metal thing.
Yes, the metal lobster that went to the southwest. We have to find it.
Oh, well, that's true. One of the things we could consider then would be to map this area as a similar size, maybe slightly more or less, depending on what KSB feels is reasonable. Maybe include these 2 as well, and it becomes a substantial map into the swamp.
Nice. Yep. I would be fine with that. I'm sorry, how much? What? It was 50 XP for like the mapping?
Right. And then a bonus 100 for completing your mapping goal. You have achievement ding sound. I need to have a button for that, I guess. Achievement unlocked, map of Clink.
Yay. So like I should be at 472 and the others should be closer to like 500 or 600 if I added it right.
I must have missed out on some mapping XP. I'm at 442.
Yeah, I think based on what I'm seeing, we came out to 541 for the people who were at everything, but that's based on other people shouting numbers at me, so I'm not positive.
Alright, well, that seems about right. Like I'm almost 100 behind. Like 472.
Yeah, we did get some treasure while you were gone, so
Then,
that
yeah.
seems about right.
Yay, though. That means I'm level 2, I think.
Yep.
And-
So so everyone is or most people are at level 2 now. Deathel is probably behind still. Yeah, close though, close. So very good. So that is going to be the end of the session now.
Time to multi-class, guys.
I mean, Dethel's never really going to be close to everyone else because he kind of has a massive deficit.
Right, yeah, that's fine. But close to level 2 at least. So
Dethel's
that's.
going to die next session, and I'm never going to have a character past level 1.
I mean, maybe that's possible. So that's the end of the session. I will be curious as everyone handles like their leveling up. So we can talk about that in like the weekly voice game Discord channel between sessions. I know it's late. I know it's late, so everyone doesn't have to make those decisions now.
Okay, so we are going to just do that separately and then just talk about it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
just like we'll talk about that in the like over the next week. Yes. Thank you all for playing. This was
Thanks for
this was a
GMing.
very combat heavy session, but I
And
hope
sorry
we had
again
fun
about the
anyway.
monk thing. I feel really awful about that.
That's fine.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah.
was helpful.
Hopefully people aren't like,
Oh,
You
you mean
killed
not
Gump, you
remembering it? I thought you
bastard.
meant interrupting to tell us about it. And I'm like, no, I'm glad you did that because.
no, I mean not remembering it earlier.
Oh, I feel like that's.
Because I'm actually partially responsible. I misled people because the 2-weapon fighting came up, and then the monk started doing 2-weapon fighting, and I'm like, it didn't click to me that he's a monk and he shouldn't be doing that. And I think
Yeah.
people thought, and I was super unclear because I didn't realize or remember that we were talking about a monk. I think
A
people
monk.
thought that I was telling them how monks worked, and no, I was just being an idiot. So I feel bad about that.
Oh, it's
I
fine.
I
It's
should
hard
have
to do.
paid more attention to what the actual martial arts section was saying.
Of your own class. You know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's alright though.
I get to be actually like really useful now. I get Song of Rest
Yeah.
and
I-
Jack of all
No,
trades.
multi-class.
I mean, it's tempting to multi-class into Rogue a little bit eventually to get like the bonus action for disengage and such. But,
Mhm.
I don't
And
know if I'm gonna do that.
expertise. Expertise is always great. I made an NPC in the game that Sala and Calvin were in. They like wanted some class leveled hirelings. So I made a barbarian rogue who was like he had like expertise in athletics and like the highest possible strength I could give him and things, and he was like and he had like all the grappling related feats. He wasn't very good, but he was fun. And he did get to wrestle a giant
monks-
eagle at one point.
Monks seem pretty fun.
Alright,
Although
I have
was
to go right now, but I'll be back if people are in the call still in like 20 minutes or so. If not, I'll probably do my level stuff tonight.
All right.
I
So,
was
thank you
slightly
for running.
hoping that my
Yeah, I'll definitely do mine later. I've got to go to bed now.
Yeah. Okay. Good night, Helgen.
Yes.
Night.
So
I'm already almost done mine.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick to level up in this.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. So, if anyone actually watched this long, leave a comment. Tell us what you thought. Tell us all the rules that we got wrong, and call us idiots. And tune in next time. Bye.